Hello. Everything seems to be going. Do the Sitch intro again. Here, Naomi, you do it.
I don't what?
Where he yells, "Hey now."
For I've never heard this intro.
I did it with you last week.
Did you?
Yes.
When?
On this show.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yell it, go.
I can't remember that far.
Hey now!
God,
Really?
why would you yell that
Go
so
ahead, do it,
loud?
do
I
it.
don't want to
Do
now.
it. You know what? I'm going to start hitting you. So you do it.
Ah,
I
no.
start beating you right away, right in the early morning. You get beaten.
This isn't even early anymore.
Hey now! I heard that Adam and Sitch aren't streaming today. How come?
I need a day off once in a while.
Well, they just stopped getting in my way. Those fucks. The harmonica sounds. It doesn't Adam play the harmonica when like we're going too long and he's like it's time to end the show. He starts playing it.
Oh, you mean like at the Oscars where they start playing people off the stage, or at
Yeah.
the Game Awards where they drown out people after 30 seconds?
Oh my god, that was wild,
That was
dude.
so bad this year.
Yeah, dude. In December, like they didn't want to, who was it? What was that guy's name? That black guy who played Kratos in God of War. He was up in 2023. No, in 2022. He was up there for like fucking a half hour, just drunkenly
I
rambling.
don't even think it was actually a half hour. I think it was like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And they tried playing him off like 2 or 3 times.
And he
it
just
didn't
wasn't.
work.
Yeah. So this time, like this year in 2023,
Everyone
they
got
were
30
like,
seconds and that was
yeah.
it.
Mervinu, thanks for the tenor. Thank you. Is it intro and outro harmonica? I still think I have that bike horn. Honk honk.
No, you do not.
Christopher Judge, Karma's Camera. Hey.
Thanks. We're never gonna remember that name.
Woman sip. Sorry, but you will be exposed to the femoids and you will like it.
Unless you're gay.
Unless you're gay. What's really funny is like we had Taftage on the Archcast yesterday,
Oh yeah.
and our everyone in the Arch's chat is very right wing compared to me.
Oh,
even
so they're
even
all
very
just,
right
like,
wing compared to
yeah.
hold on, even very right wing compared to Arch. They're much more
Yes.
right wing than he is.
Yes.
And it's really funny because like half of them were like, "Who is this cute girl?" And the other half were
Knew who
like,
she was.
well, no. Here's the thing, like some of them just didn't know that she was trans.
Yeah.
Right, and they were just like cooming constantly.
Yes.
And some of them were like, "This is obviously a man," and it was like ringing so hollow because she passes really well.
She
And then
does.
some of them-
Taftage is really fucking hot.
And then some of them were like, "I'm being turned gay." It's like you fucking losers.
Listen, it's okay to be turned gay by a really hot girl with a dick. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're attracted to the hot girl part.
Yeah.
If you just don't care that there's a dick there, that's okay. Just like you.
Yep, that's how it is. Actually, here, I'm pulling something up. I can't show them though. Okay.
Why?
Because like she,
Oh, is this one private?
they can't see it. Yeah, just look.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I'm well aware. You've shown me so many. I know. I'm aware.
What do you think?
It's fine. It's good.
Naomi, say more.
No,
about it.
I refuse.
Listen,
It's
guys.
good.
Naomi also likes traps. Like,
I like everybody. Look who I'm dating.
you know what? You know what? All of Dev's friends are trans. Not at all of them.
My friend once said upon listening to Lilith, "My dick is confused."
Yeah, that's pretty common to be honest. Dev, we can see it now.
You better not. We fucking don't immediately.
I think she's 22 or 24.
Oh, wonderful.
What?
Nothing.
Naomi's like blushing now looking at it. What's wrong, Naomi? Are you developing a new crush?
Go away.
I'm just gonna keep poking you.
You're so mean to me all the time. When do the news articles start?
Whenever we want.
In about an hour.
Actually, there was
It's
one.
usually about an hour.
There was one
45
person.
minutes.
There was one person who like here. I've mentioned several times in the past, guys, that like right wingers, they're just as snowflakey and just as safe spacey as left wingers are.
Of course they are. Everyone's like that.
And they're like, I can't handle someone with a different opinion coming into my spaces. Oh. Okay, so here I want to show you something real
I
quick.
keep forgetting that's your new art for the Archcast because
Here.
I'm just like, who the fuck is this like middle-aged boomer? Oh wait,
That's me, the middle-aged boomer. No, I was like, I even said like, Arch, you can make it as ugly as you want, like it's funny.
Yeah.
And Arch is like, that's too ugly, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yep.
Okay, so
So
I want to find the.
why wouldn't you just screenshot it?
Oh,
Because once again time for the Make Nooms Sad with news story streams. Are they funny or sad this time?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
Devin.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Just wait a second. Yeah. Dev has an annoying millennial forced laugh. That's just my laugh.
Yeah.
I've been told by a lot of people my laugh sounds forced.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, I know. That's what makes it so funny.
It's not a forced laugh, dude. Okay. Well, yeah, see, this guy, right? This is one thing that I noticed. This guy says, I see Arch will eventually replace his audience with liberals at this rate. So long, boys. It was fun while it lasted. This is the guy that's like, I will not watch you as long as there's someone who I disagree with. And I'm like, hold on. Taft Hatch is more right-wing than I am. You know what I fucking mean?
Listen, it's because she's trans. It's the only reason. They can't have trans people in their safe space because it makes them too confused. And they're just like, it's like when white, like the really, really racist white people back in the day when black people were trying to have rights and there was still segregation around. It was like being them like, oh, they're actually a person with feelings and they're not all just terrible? You can't be here. It makes me confused. Exactly what that is.
Yeah. Tara Sharanko, $5. Is there any high-profile cases of a person who said they transitioned into the gender they already are? What do you mean? Like someone who was born male transitions into a woman and says I was always a woman, like that sort of ideological nonsense. I know, like
All
Riley Dennis says that. So I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone high profile says it, but like a bunch of low profile ones have said it for sure. Things are too civil. Let's ask Dev his takes on VTubers. Hey, Dev, any thoughts on Nishan? I don't know what the Niji Sanji drama is. I've heard there was a drama, but I don't know. Wait, dude, you always know what a safe space is? Yes, I do. A safe space is when only one opinion is allowed and it's not challenged, and you can be there and just be like, oh, I'm being respected. I'm being heard. Oh, like the fucking LGBTQ office on campus is like considered a pro gay safe space. If you're anti-gay, you're thrown out, right? So when you have a right-wing community that does not want to hear non-right-wing opinions, that's also a safe space. Yeah.
Stand in the bread line, Dev.
Yeah.
Stand in the bread line.
Mr. Bruss's Taft Hatch is hot. Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
It's not forced, but it's awkward. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yep. That's just my fucking laugh, dude.
I mean, I have like different sounding laughs for almost every occasion, so that's, I personally think, more awkward. And it's weirder when people have heard one laugh and then hear another laugh, because they're all natural, they're just all different. And then they're just like, that's not your real laugh. And I'm like, they're all real. That's the worst part.
I mean, someone who is a man who said they transitioned into being a man. No, I don't think so.
Why?
Someone who was born male and is a man and is like, I transitioned to being this. No, you didn't. You were just born that way.
That is confusing.
Hey Dave, why did you nuke most of the weekly sips off the channel? Also, I saw that Ebony Alert fail. Talk about separate but equal. That'll be on the show today. The Ebony Alert. The weekly sips are being moved over to the Devin Friends channel.
Devin
because
friends. Come on, grab the friends.
Fuck you. Because I'll be changing quite a bit of how some certain things in this channel happen after we move, and moving is going to be in a couple of
Keep
months.
saying a couple of months, but that's January, February, March. That's April. You said we might not be moving till May or June, so it might be 4. Devin.
Yeah, between 2 and 4. Here's the thing. Basically, I'm going to start seriously looking and making inquiries in March, because that means if we find a place in March, we can get it by April, which means we'll probably be moved by May, because we need 1 month of overlap to move our stuff. So, yeah. It does sound forced. Yeah, but it's my real laugh, you fucks. It's my real laugh.
I can confirm it's Dev's real and only laugh.
Yeah. Why Ottawa? We have friends there. Mini Mundus for €5. Thank you. Comrade Dev, great video about the non-working out commies here. Have some shekels. Thanks, man. What song is this? Oh, Born This Way? Oh, fuck you.
Hey, listen, I didn't bring it up. Tidge brought it up.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that song.
No, there's Demonetized, which holds any video that has been like banned off YouTube or like demonetized. It's been like censored and put back up over there, or like copyright struck or whatever. And there's Devin Friends, and Devin Friends is going to be like a stream VOD archive, because I'm probably going to do more streaming and I'll probably like cut out significant segments and put them up there. But for now, I'm just transferring the sips over.
Listen, Maj. Listen. Dev has talked so much about moving that I'm not surprised that you have thought that. If you just stopped telling people all your plans so far in advance, then everyone wouldn't be confused all the time about your life ever.
Fine.
Good lord.
But Dev, me, the attic liver, and the wall liver also need space in the moving truck.
Listen, you guys get that teeny tiny shelf that's in the very, like, front back of the truck. And if you guys...
U-Haul?
Yeah, and if you guys can't fit there, then you're gonna have to lose some weight. Because that's the only space you're getting. Nah, Tidge, it's your fault. That's why I had to hum the song.
Yeah. So basically, yes. Here's the thing: we've talked about moving, like just as a random. Okay.
You.
I'm gonna slap you.
You.
Dave and I have spoken about moving as a random, like possibility, just throwing it out there, since probably like the first year you and I started dating.
Yes, I know.
But it didn't become like a serious, okay, I want to do this until a couple years ago.
No, it didn't become a serious, I want to do this until the second year of our relationship.
Fuck you. That is not the case.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not the case.
Yes, it is.
Well, honestly, I think COVID kind of ruined things. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, there was that
like,
too.
We were probably set to move in 2020, but COVID like fucked it. And now we've been here for a few extra...
Actually, Numbersign makes a good point. I thought people didn't want to hear your opinions.
Oh, well, too bad.
Yeah, but that's what you said. You're not an entertainer.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
So Numbersign. I actually So here's the thing. I did not say that properly
you did not. I heard you say it and I laughed.
I'm gonna pinch you.
Don't pinch me.
Okay. So here's what's going on, Numbersign. Basically, when I was arguing with Sargon, that came out wrong, and I even said, yeah, that came out wrong. Basically, what it is I want to say things that I think are true. And if that means that people get angry at me and then they walk away and they unsub, then that's fine. And Sargon was like, no, you want to say things that keep subs going and keep views. No, I don't, actually. I don't. If I must say something that is false to keep my audience, then I would rather lose the audience.
Yeah.
And if that means that I don't have a fucking job and I must go and fucking work somewhere else, then fine. But I will not say something that is not true.
Okay, so we have learned from this that Dev is really bad at summarizing his points. Stop trying to fit everything into a sentence, because you can't. You need at least 5.
Well, because here's the thing, even
Dev needs a paragraph to explain himself for everything.
Because even Sargon said, like in that talk on Thursday, even Sargon was like, "No, you know, if you don't give hot takes, Dev, then you're gonna lose money. You're gonna lose your channel." I'm like, I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah. Yes, well, that's because Sargon doesn't want to be poor because he has a family to take care of. Because right, his wife doesn't work, right? Because he's that old fashioned, right? Do I remember? Am I remembering that correctly? I don't remember.
I think 4 kids, and she takes care of them also. Yeah,
but she doesn't work, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she's
Dev's fine with losing his audience when I was weight.
Exactly.
So basically, I was like, listen. If there are practical concerns about money, if they clash with the truth wins. I would rather lose money than say something false. That's how it is.
Yes, that's why all his hot takes are bad. He can't explain himself with less than a paragraph.
There we go.
Guys, I want to let you know that that's the way he texts us too.
Oh yeah, you should see me.
Every sentence is a separate text.
Yeah, so
I hate that you do that. I need information, hold on. Or I'm driving and I'm just like, I can't fucking. All right.
So listen,
I'll just wait.
Listen, I text like somebody who grew up using IRC in the 90s and using AIM in the 2000s, which I did because those are chat room applications, right? So I'm just like type, and I'll like hit enter. Anytime I intend to pause in the conversation, like if I were talking, I hit enter.
Yes, and that's why I end up talking over you because you paused for like a good 5 fucking seconds, and then you were just like, I wasn't done, and I was like, yes, you were. Why'd you pause for so long?
I didn't. You just like lose it. And then what ends up happening? Naomi? Then what ends up happening is that you, I'll text like that. So I'll be like, hi. I'll say. And I'll send the text, and I'll say, Naomi, I think we need, and then I'll send the text, and I'll be like, oh yeah, we need more avocados, and I'll send the text. And like it's like a chat log when I text. It's not just one big text, and like you lose your fucking mind because you're like, why do you keep sending 80,000 texts?
Yes, just send it in one sentence. God, guys, listen. I was driving and he was doing this, and I couldn't hear the last message as I was trying to listen to it through Bluetooth because he kept sending another one, and then I would have to like press a button to get that one to play, but then I didn't finish listening to the last one, so at some point I just wasn't able to understand anything he was saying. Like, I think the last one I was actually able to hear was LOL.
LOL.
Yep. And it just said that, and I was just like, why?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks for the super chats, fellas. Appreciated all the support. Here in Lady Columbia, $2. That says something about Carl and others. I haven't fully processed it yet. Maybe I need to go back and listen again to see if that's what he actually said, because I only heard it like as the conversation was happening.
I think they probably meant it more as a like they're gonna give an opinion.
Dev is right. Naomi has Zoomer brain.
Fuck you. No, they're gonna give an opinion before they have like fully thought out and formed the opinion. Like their mind might change.
Yep.
After they've put out a video to the public, but it's more important to them to get the video out first so that they get more interaction from their audience.
So the context was, I think, the trucker video, right? Where like initially, see, now it's just laziness. Initially, it was like, I want to wait for the story to develop. I don't want to just give a hot take. I want to be educated. And Sargon's like, no, you must always give hot takes. And I think he was like half joking. And I was like, listen, I don't like just giving hot takes.
Also, you're very loud.
I don't care. I don't like just giving hot takes because you get things wrong. Like, okay, here, if you come out with a hot take before all the evidence is established, you just slap it on the table and be like, this is obviously how it is. Like, here, an example I used is like there was a police interaction where on the initial look of the clipped video is that the cop was planting drugs in the suspect's car. And it went viral under those pretenses. But in actuality, it wasn't that. It was that the cop was like putting something down, and then the person who was taking the video blew it up, but he was actually wrong. Right? The cop wasn't actually planting drugs in the suspect's car. But as soon as the initial video came out, Vosh reacted to it, and he's like, "Look at the fucking pigs! Look at what they do! They're always doing this shit. They're always and like." But he was completely wrong. But because he came out before the information was fully developed, he could then put his reputation on the line and say, even without knowing the context, because I am ideologically driven, I will stake my position, and that gives him some early clout. Because it's like a virtue signal. It shows him to be part of the correct politics, right? However, when you give a hot take and you're wrong, it's just like egg in your face, right? Yeah. And because I'm not somebody who's ideological, I don't give hot takes for that reason. In fact, I should probably do like a video explaining why I think hot takes are bad.
Probably.
Maybe it's a good idea. What do you guys think?
Do like a 10-minute video on it. Of course, you'll probably need about 40 to fully explain yourself ever so properly, going by each individual point.
Yep. Okay. I need the location ahead of time, please. Moving prep time is pretty immense on my end. Hey, lives in Dev's walls.
What do you move? You live in the walls. What are you moving?
Silver Camaro. That's blonde, by the way. Hey, Tap Touch is 10 out of 10. Dev, tell her to answer my OnlyFans DMs.
I don't think she's gonna.
Is she? Are you actually DMing him? Here is the name that I can never pronounce. For 10 euros, thank you. Some lefties claim medieval peasants had a lower workload than people under capitalism. Please make a video about this. I've seen lefties claim that. I've also seen like extreme right wingers claim that, like reactionaries who want to return to like who want to return to monarchy. They say that like peasants had a lower workload.
I mean,
they say that too. It's not just a left wing thing.
They technically, but it took so long to do all the things that with our modern conveniences now that like it just took like they had less work in quotes to do, but like they had to do laundry and then they had to like cook food, and that all just took up large amounts of time.
Yeah, that's
so they technically had a lower workload, but like it was actually more if you consider all the modern conveniences that we have.
Yep. So it's actually everyone is saying a lot. So I'll just turn it down a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I told you.
Well, okay, so listen.
Because I'm right all the time.
What's really interesting is like people were talking about oh man, women who as soon as the women left the house, things became way worse. And like there's a drop of truth in that, because now you don't have women who are raising kids. You need at least one parent there, and now they're both working, and it's like, well, that sucks. However, this idea that like it was entirely just like capitalist exploitation to get like two people to get more people in the workforce. And no, that's not what it was. It was the fact that technological advancement allowed it to be the case. Like before you had fridges, you were buying food fresh every day, and you were cooking fresh every day. Before you had like a dishwasher, you were washing all the dishes by hand every day.
Well, you say fresh every day. I think more people were into pickling and.
Well, sure, but
you know.
But still, that also takes time, right?
I'm just saying, but like
basically, and like easier ways to clean your house, easier ways to do laundry. Like, it's not that women were forced. No, I want to read all the super chats. So I'm doing it here.
But it's.
Shush. It's not that. Well, it'll actually disappear if I scroll too far. Fine. Listen, if it basically. It's not simply that women were pushed into the workforce by the capitalists, with the feminists being used as like a stepping stone, so that they can tax more and have more production. It wasn't just that. It was that you no longer needed someone working in the house full time because laundry didn't take half a day anymore. Because you have a machine to do it. Doing dishes didn't take hours because you have a machine to do it, right? You could like all of these labor saving devices and ended up freeing up the labor of women who could then actually go out and work. So the right wing analysis of that situation, it misses a bunch of variables in that, in my opinion. Is there any new super chats? Here we go.
That's why I wanted to scroll.
But see, I want to get them in order.
What that?
Also, if you scroll, it skips right down to the bottom.
Fine.
I know what's going on. Why don't you just listen to me, goddammit, woman?
No.
Slaps. Okay. Maj Jin for $5. How about a little suggestion of was it gay? I assume gay to head style video that gives you leeway to be wrong and inflammatory. What? I don't understand. You mean a video that I can? I don't know what you mean. I mean, I understand gives you leeway to be wrong and inflammatory. You mean like a video where I'm just shooting off the hip? And I'm like, I might be wrong, but. Highland Juggler, $5. Hot takes bad, says the man who has hot takes regarding corruption ever being possible. No, Highland Juggler, you're wrong.
Can we not have this argument again?
I will have it for 30. I'll have it for 30 seconds.
Okay, 1.
I have always don't
two,
you dare count during it.
3.
Nope. Nope. Doesn't.
4.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Fuck you. Now listen
Can
to
I
me.
count to my head?
Yeah, go ahead. So listen. Don't you dare. Fuck you. That's not in your head. Just because they can't see it. Okay. Now listen. Listen to me. All right. Corruption's obviously possible. You just have no evidence of it. You assume it stupidly. Let's continue.
That was good. That was only 5 seconds.
Yep. So Camaro, $2. Fresh every day and healthier. Fresh and fit. Here to Lady Columbia, $2. Peasants also couldn't have stored food and traveled. Yep, exactly. Yep. Things are so different.
Yep.
Like, it even might be the case that we're working more now, but our lives are certainly better now than they were. Maj isn't allowed to say gun. Oh, it's gun, not gay, says Stug. Okay.
Gun.
Let's read it then. Go back up. Gun to head style video. Okay. So basically, I must say something, even if I don't know, I must say something kind of video. I don't like those, though.
Well, then don't do them.
Dev Unironically Evil? Yes. Hey, Dev, thanks for putting up with our retarded shenanigans. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we start out with articles now?
Do you want to? But we've only been bickering for 24 minutes. We can go longer.
Yes. How about we make a new record of this is the fastest we'll ever get to the articles ever?
I've actually started SIPs where I've just done the articles right away.
Wow, how boring are you?
The Devmestic Abuse Show. We should call that our show.
No.
Devmestic Abuse.
No.
Where I just beat you the whole show.
No.
And if there are any like female or like femboy, femme presenting viewers, we'll have you on the show and I'll beat you too. How does this sound?
I think you're making this a little obvious that you seem to have a kink about this that you haven't actually told me about, so I'm a little surprised that you're mentioning it to the chat.
Of beating you up?
Of beating women up, apparently.
Listen, it's actually quite distasteful. I just understand that it's my civic duty. Naomi! Stop. Ow! Ow! Stop! You know what? I'd watch that. You know what?
Deserved! You fucks.
Yeah, they're all like, yes. Hey, do you beat your girlfriend, Dev? Yes, Giga Chad.
We kink shaming again? Yes, I will kink
Okay,
shame
here.
with a clear conscience. God damn it.
Let's have a serious conversation on this topic. Actually,
Do we have to?
Yeah, 30 seconds. Don't worry.
Nah.
Okay, so like, you and I both realize that like we're both kind of slapsticky people.
Yes.
So like, if you do something that's stupid, I'll like whack you.
Yes.
But it won't be very hard.
No.
Yeah, and you'll do the same for me.
I can hit you harder because you can take more pain than I can, but yes.
It was like, that was dumb, just like smack.
Yeah.
And like, you'll hit me, right? And then like, we talked about it actually, like, is this bad that we're doing this? Because we're still hitting each other. And like, people, you definitely see, especially more left-wing people, they're like, it's all physical abuse. You can't even do. It's like, well, if you're fine with it, it's fine, right?
I mean, yeah.
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 There's obviously a limit where it's like, okay, that was too hard, kind of thing. But
well, I mean, you could also just take that and then go on like the leftist like super kink train where like people are doing some really weird fucking shit, but it's all consensual and they don't care. So that's I don't know, it's the same.
Oh, and also like this isn't a sexual conversation. It's just like we are comfortable with whacking each other, not too hard, if one person does dumb things.
Yes.
Wait, 10 next is the audio. I've already turned it down, dude. What are you fucking talking about? I've turned down the audio.
Why does she yell so much? Dev yells more than I do, you stupid
Shut up. I've turned down the audio twice. What more do you want out of me? Fuck. Any opinion on Tucker visiting a Russian Costco? That was stupid.
What?
Dude, okay. Tucker Carlson.
Are Costco's in Russia?
And that was like their version, right? He goes up and he like, look at this incredible technology that ensures that people actually put the carts back into the corral, which we don't have in America because of all the fucking immigrants, and they leave all their carts all over the place. And Russia like goes up. Tucker goes up. He takes $1, puts it into the cart, and it unlocks. And I'm like, everywhere has that, dude. We have it everywhere. America has it everywhere. Like, you're fucking retarded, Tucker. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson, he's honestly gone downhill. Like,
was he ever up?
He was much better.
If you say so.
I'd say like 10 years ago, yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Sure.
Definitely 20.
Sure.
Well, no, what ended up happening is like, listen, like you guys know why Tucker left Fox News, right? Because Fox News was getting sued into the fucking ground for like $500 billion or some shit over all the election denial bullshit.
Well, why aren't you guys getting mad at Dev for being loud as fuck? You're louder than I am.
Because women.
So mean to me.
That was my chat voice. That's how they think.
Oh, that's your chat
Yeah.
voice. Oh,
fucking women.
You know what? That actually puts a lot of conversations in context now. Oh, speaking of chat voice, okay, have you
women coffee cup?
have you heard that apparently a lot of like the younger like currently in like elementary school generation has started saying like chat like as a like a verb, like
yeah, it's like, hey chat. It's like, well, no, there was
in real life.
There was a streamer who was at a debate with like a real news person.
Yeah.
And they were in like a studio, like a news studio. Mm-hmm. And he was going back and forth with this guy. And then he turns to the camera and says, come on, chat. And like, there's no chat. He was on fucking TV. And it's like, holy shit, Twitch brain, dude. Jesus. Fucking, wait, listen, chat. We have the coffee here. I am sipping on it. Here, it's time for a sip. What? I haven't done one of these in a while. Everyone get your coffees ready. Start sipping, guys. Let's go. Ah, yeah, baby.
Grossest ASMR.
Yeah, baby.
The grossest.
Okay, come back, Naomi. Let's go. God, Biden-affiliated lawyer sued Fox by using legal interest in his bones in the 70s. No, it's actually a real crime, though, Mike. What they did.
I'm not gonna ask because I don't want to know.
Sip, 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 sip. Sipping on Naomi's Futacom. Oh my god. Yeah, they just found Susan Wojcicki's 19-year-old son dead from overdose in his campus dorm.
Jesus.
She was like the former CEO of YouTube.
That kind of sucks for her.
She deserved it. She's a terrible person.
Okay.
You get my channel destroyed.
Wow. Wow, Dev.
No. It is actually bad. It's
one, they were only 19, so that sucks. Yep. 2, like, it always sucks for a parent to be alive to lose their child. Mm-hmm. Parents shouldn't outlive their children. Mm-hmm. So that's always slightly sad.
Yep. So here's the thing. Highland Juggler says for $10 says assumption is acceptable when there's enough empiricism. As you said in your COVID vid, we have no reason to believe because all trust has been eroded. They must fix it. I am not obligated to trust. So here's the thing. I agree with you. However, my position on that has definitely shifted because the more that I've learned about things, the more that I've looked into things and been like, you know, what I thought was actually not trustworthy. Now that I'm more educated, I've looked into it. I was like, oh, this is why this is this way, and this is why this is this way, and this is why this is this way. Everything kind of came together, and it's like, oh, actually, it makes sense. Things are actually working like pretty well. A lot of people who are on the outside of opaque systems, they assume things are going wrong. But as soon as you look inside those systems, you realize everything kind of has a purpose, and it's all like set up pretty well. And it's just the reason that you don't like them from the outside is because you don't like the end result. But things are actually functioning. So I understand that position. It's one that I used to hold, but I don't hold it anymore. And it's mainly due to education.
That he hasn't had in 20 years.
Okay, you know, not like formal education, you dipstick.
Well, that's the one you said.
Yeah. Look at all these slurps. Okay, thanks, chat. Correction, cart for money systems are not everywhere in the US. The only place I've seen it is in Aldi. It's a German chain. Oh, they're all over the place in Canada, dude.
Well, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just have $1. Use the cart. Put the cart back. Get your dollar back.
Get your dollar back, yeah.
Instead of just leaving them all over the parking lot. Especially in the winter, where that's really bad.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Vosh situation? I talked about it last weekend, and I'll do a video on it, but it's obviously ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes.
It's some fucking bullshit, crazy-ass nonsense, dude. Since it's your last sip, I think the song is appropriate. Let the heartaches begin. I can help, but I can't win. I lost that girl for sure, and tears won't anymore. Listen, it's not the last sip. We'll keep going. Honestly, I said I'd end it at 200. We'll keep going until we move. Mm. So we'll probably have like 210 or something. I don't know.
300.
Fuck you. Is that right? When Wanda and Naomi killed the parents first? Yes, it is. That's how it happens.
Yep, that's what you got to do. Got to be moral about your murders.
Killed the parents first. If that was a nonsensical word salad. No, it wasn't. Blonde, you dip. Come on. To work inside a medical system, it's just as opaque inside as outside. Everything is a disaster. Not everything's a disaster. Here's the thing, like
Canada's medical system.
He might be. I think he's Canadian. Here's the thing, like, so I've worked inside of academia, right? And there's a lot of problems with academia, but it's also not all corruption all the way down. There's a lot of it, though, for sure. Homeboy Coho suggestion: get Mr. Obvious to be your schizo VTuber boy and give a button to kill his mic. Who's Mr. Obvious?
Shouldn't it be obvious?
No. Who the fuck Mr. Obvious, dude? Like, who? You know what? There's too many people online now. I don't fucking know who anybody is!
There's too many people, says Dev. Advocating for genocide, 2024.
What's really funny is, like, Academic Agent, at one point, he gave a take like a month ago where he's like, the final red pill is realizing that 90% of the world's population should not exist. I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
Jesus.
Holy shit, dude. Okay. So. Put this up here. He's right, though. Fuck off, Luke. Eugenics makes the case. Hey, listen. Twitch chatters and like the one kick chatter we have.
Hello.
Hello, fellas. Thanks for being here with us. And of course all the YouTube chatters too.
But you guys are expected, so you don't get a special thank you.
Oh, is that how it is? Okay.
Sure.
Let's get to it. Please consider supporting the channel. Toss us some super chats. Toss us some if you have, by the way, if you have Amazon Prime, it's time for you to go over to the Twitch channel and use your Prime sub. It comes with Amazon Prime. You can give me a free $5, so toss it over, buddy. Also, this P.O. box will remain active until July, upon which it'll be shut down, so keep sending us stuff.
Yeah.
Did we get anything this week? I don't think we did.
No.
No. Fuck.
That's okay.
Yeah, I guess. What do you...
Nothing.
Stop.
No.
You know what? Ah! Beatings. Beatings. That's what you get. Okay. Let's go. Let's actually do what you guys mentioned first, okay? 19-year-old son of former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki found dead at UC Berkeley.
I like how you can pronounce Wojcicki correctly, but not like very like other words.
Yeah.
I love you.
Marco Troper, the son of former YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, has died. He was 19 years old. A freshman at UC Berkeley's campus. Yeah, it was UC Berkeley. That's where
Shut up.
That's like a.
No, shut up.
I can't
Just
even
read.
tell you.
Just read.
Okay, yeah, okay. He was found unresponsive on Tuesday afternoon at his dormitory. Clark Kerr campus, a spokesperson for the school, confirms to People magazine. He was located around 4:23 p.m. local time. Berkeley Fire Department alerted campus police they were attempting life-saving measures on Troper. However, they pronounced him dead. Cause of death is not currently known, but there were no signs of foul play. So, probably drug overdose.
Suicide.
Yeah. The grandmother said student died of drug overdose. He ingested a drug. We don't know what was in it. I think we do know it was a drug.
Oh, maybe you had like a
fentanyl.
drug and then there was fentanyl. Yeah. Yep.
It's like weed and fentanyl.
Sure.
They just put fentanyl in everything now. Like, hey, here, listen. As somebody who is 100% not interested in any drugs whatsoever, why is it that everything has fentanyl in it right now? Like, what is does fentanyl make every drug more fun to take, and that's why they put it in? Is fentanyl like a cheap substance to cut it with? Like, why is fentanyl the thing now?
If I had to guess, considering it can kill clients, it's probably cheap. Because, like, why kill off your client base, right?
Yeah.
So.
But, like, people also just do fentanyl on its own, though.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl? It's because it's fun to know. You wanted to honor George Floyd. Oh my God.
Yeah, cheap. Yeah.
Other than Vyvanse, other than coffee, it's cheap. It's cheap to make, and addicts love it.
Yeah.
Naomi, don't forget to add your special sauce to Dev's coffee. He gets ornery without his goken. Fuck off with goken.
What is goken?
Isn't goken the Japanese onomatopoeia for swallow? And so they use it to like describe cum.
It's the onomatopoeia for swallow.
They go,
That's the all right.
That's
yep. You know what? Okay. I accept that. That's
well,
really
keep in mind
funny.
that, like, hey, here, what is the English onomatopoeia for a dog barking?
Woof.
Yeah. In Chinese and Japanese, it's bow.
Bow.
Bow, wow, 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 wow. Yeah.
Bow.
It makes shitty, cheap drugs seem more potent and addictive.
Yeah.
It's cheap and addictive. It's cheap, high, addictive. Fentanyl is the opium wars 2.0.
All right, that's enough information about that.
Yeah.
It's cheap, makes you feel good, and it's very addictive.
Yeah, it's
end of summary.
Oh, it's also wan, yeah, wan, yeah.
Wah.
So I guess here's the thing, right? Drugs never held any appeal for me. Never cared. Never wanted to do them. Probably because you know what? I was like a Dare kid. You know.
I mean,
you have no clue what Dare is, do you?
I know what Dare is.
This is before your time, Naomi.
I technically was a Dare kid, but like, I still wanted to do weed, and then I discovered I don't actually like feeling high. I only like feeling buzzed. So I was like,
yeah. You guys remember this shit?
Yes, I remember.
Drug abuse resistance education. It was a big thing in the 80s and 90s. Even though I'm Canadian, this is entirely American funded. I grew up with Dare shit in Canada.
There was a Dare thing in Canada. I don't think it was called Dare, but like
it was similar though.
They visited our schools.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think, like, dude, I remember being like in grade 4 or grade 5, so pretty young, and they were showing like, this is what happens when you do meth, and there's like a guy with like scabs all over his face, and it's like, this is what happens when you do cocaine. It's like a fucking skeleton. And it's just like, don't do them. I'm like, fair enough. It's like, do you want to get AIDS? No. Well, then don't share needles. Like they were very they were hardcore about it.
Well, apparently the Dare program caused more drug use.
Yeah.
And it stopped. Now like.
That's funny though, because like I was definitely one of those kids who was like scared straight, and I was like, it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, you feel good for a little bit, but things get so much worse afterward. Like, why would you want that? It's like, yeah. And I even remember saying, I remember saying this in like grade 4 to the guy sitting beside me in class. I was like, I turned to him and I was like, why would anybody take drugs to feel good and then feel bad when you can just play video games and feel good all the time?
Your tism is showing.
And I was like obviously that's the solution, right? Just play video games.
Obviously. So now we know that video games to Dev are drugs. And that
Yeah, dude. That's how it went. Nerd. He's autistic, but he's right. So yeah, like I was like 100% one of those straight edge kids, like full on, didn't drink, didn't do drugs, didn't do any of that shit, and I never had any interest to even start. Like I tried some stuff, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like why would I, like why? I was full on like I shouldn't, like why? You know, people. I mean, you know what was funny? People kept saying when I was a kid, they were like, if you have one cigarette, you're addicted, and now you have to go through like
That's
rehab.
not true.
I had one cigarette, and I'm like, this is stupid, and I just stopped. It was really easy. Tony Bot, thanks for joining. Also, AQ, hey, how's it going, man? Long time no see.
Hello.
$10 from Jiggy Calzone, thank you. Sing along. Drugs, drugs, drugs. Which are good, which are bad. Drugs, drugs, drugs. Ask your mom or ask your dad. Remember that?
For drugs.
Don't chase the dragon, slay it and get the loot. Based. Our school district chose to do a reaction of drug-related deaths from a car crash to combine them into a "You Want to Die Like This" presentation where Dare Stop Working.
I remember being in high school and going on a trip to our local hospital to hear from a
over there? Yeah. Okay.
To hear from a paraplegic who got drunk, like really drunk, and like partied and like dived into a lake, but it was a shallow end because it
broke his fucking neck.
Yeah, he just broke his neck, and now he just like
he's like in a wheelchair.
He was actually like up in like a standing like push rack thing.
Okay, so he was on one of those gurneys.
Kinda, yeah, but like he was standing up. Like it was a weird. It's
one of those things where you put like a box on, and, like roll it into a store. It's one of those things.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. I thought it was weird. I was like, why isn't he in a wheelchair? That's all I remember. I was like, why isn't this guy in a like wheelchair specifically? But yeah, I was just like, yeah, this is why I don't drink.
Yeah,
not that much.
Okay, yeah, you drink like half of a cooler in a night, and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's all I need. Also, it helps that I'm an extreme lightweight, so that gets me tipsy and I'm good.
What is Dog Pill 2 coming out? Now that Dog Pill 1 has been finally re-put up over on Demonetized, I should probably do Dog Pill 2. It's time.
How about we just forget that exists?
White girls fuck dogs.
To make my soul feel better.
White girls fuck dogs.
Actually,
white girls fuck dogs.
Stop.
White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs. It's okay, Naomi. You're not even white. Who cares? Okay, so the DARE program. Oh yeah. Wait, forget about Dog Pill. Now it's time for Horse Pill.
That's actually a better video. That should be the Dog Pill 2, Horse Pill. You're just gonna do a different pill for every type of animal.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
I recall being on 4chan when I was like 14 years old, or like no, I was about 14. I think 4chan opened when I was 14 years old. But I recall being on 4chan when I was 14 years old, and like just scrolling through B, and there was like a short video clip of a guy fucking a chicken. And it was like squawk squawk. It was like chirping. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
You can do goats after that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can do woman fuck dogs, woman fuck horses, men fuck goats, sheep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, first year 4chan was fucking wild, dude. You can find anything on B first year 4chan. Like, holy shit. I'm surprised. I don't even know how that fucking site stayed alive. The shit that I saw on for like okay. Here. You know, I guess I'll just fucking completely tank my entire career right now. So like they made it not illegal that if you're like casually surfing the internet and something that is not in your control pops up and it's child porn, you won't get busted for child porn because you didn't need to do that. Well, at one point it actually was illegal.
Oh, for that.
And then someone got like sentenced, and he's like, his defense was like, dude, like my computer got fucking virus and I couldn't do anything about it, and so they changed the law.
Yeah.
But I recall like scrolling on 4chan again when I was like 14, scrolling on 4chan, and there was like CP on like B.
Jesus.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you report it?
I think that was too early in 4chan's life. There was no reporting.
Oh shit.
So it just like well, here's how 4chan works, right? Is that like it has 10 pages on a board. I think it was less than. But basically, as you make a new thread, the old one goes down.
Yep.
And as it gets to the bottom, it just gets deleted instantly. Yep. So like nothing on 4chan is permanent. Yep. It always deletes itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dev admitting to crimes live on air.
What are you doing, Video Synth, with like the fucking Xavier points at Dev? No, you could definitely find some weird fucking shit on 4chan, dude.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You can still find weird shit on 4chan.
B constantly had CP. Not so much. 4chan's not like a private clubhouse that it was 15 years ago. Now it's like a mainstream site.
I mean, I'm still never visiting there.
Really, I love 4chan. It was great.
Yeah, I know you did.
Why don't you, like, dude, go to the video games board. Talk about Baldur's Gate. There's tons of coomers there that are jacking off to Karlach.
Yeah, but I don't need to see the coomers. I can separate out the coomers from the normal people, and then still hang out with the coomers. It's not all together. I like them separate.
It still happens, Dev. You have to be careful browsing the sports channel SP. It gets raided from time to time by CP posters. The worst thing I ever saw was a guy breastfeeding an infant with his dick on 4chan.
Why? Can we not talk about this, please? Jesus.
Dev's already committed crimes in stream before something new, or admitted. Actually, I recall on a gaming stream years ago, I just gave Dave some of my prescription meds. And I was like, this is probably illegal, but I just gave it to him, and he just took them.
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't it your pain meds?
Yeah, I had like painkillers from like a surgery, and he's like, Dev, all my injuries are coming back, and I'm like, here, just take this T3.
Enjoy.
Fuck, dude. General video idea: deep dive into the era of shock content in the truly Wild West stuff with all the horrifying stuff out there. It was better. $5 from Highly and Juggalo. Thank you. Maybe I should. Like here. I've actually been thinking about doing a series of videos on just old internet stuff. Mm-hmm. So, for example, like old content creators from like 15 years ago, the RPG maker community from like 20 years ago that I was a part of when I was a kid, old webcomics. Mm-hmm. There's like troves of old information out there that have been like, kind of lost to time, but I experienced them personally. So even if I can't find like proof of it, I can tell you stories that I know. And there's so much good shit, so much fucking spurging and old lore. I think it would be like a really fun video series. I don't know if there's much interest, but I mean, I don't care. I'll still do it if I feel like it. Yeah. $10 from Sporkwitch. Oh. Dare equated all drugs as equally bad. Kid invariably tries weed and says, this isn't so bad. What else do they lie about? And then they try something else that's actually bad. Yeah, I agree with that, right? Where it's like, weed is just as bad as injecting battery acid into your eyeball. And it's like, well, no, it's not. But so they start escalating because they realize that the soft drugs aren't so bad. And so they escalate, right? That's true. Yep. But for the kids that just said, I'm not going to try any of them, it worked out.
Did other people not look at the results of what they were showing and being like, okay, well, obviously, like, that one's way worse than this one is, you know? Yeah. They're talking about different things. Obviously, getting scabs all over your face is worse than, like, kind of losing your memory a bit. And obviously, becoming a fucking skeleton is worse than losing your memory a little bit. Did other people not do that? That's what I did.
Tricky Mario for $5. I've run into CP of cartoon characters in the past. It was not pleasant. I wanted to bleach my eyes out after that. It was terrible. $5 lives and does walls. This is for Naomi's cookie fund. She needs a cookie after being subjected to this.
Yes, I do, and we don't have any, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, we don't have any.
We don't have any cookies.
I can make a video on how YouTube changed their layout every 3 months back in the day. People hate it every time. If you go back and watch like old anime reviews from 2009 on our channel, you can see old YouTube layouts in the video. I took screenshots and put them in as like, yeah. Okay, so enough of this.
Enough of this. He died.
He died. I think there's nothing else here.
No.
Yep. R.I.P. Marco's life was cut too short. Rip. $5 from Tara Shevchenko. Is it true that weed is much stronger today than it was 20 or 40 years ago? I heard it was weaker, actually. I don't know, though. I don't know anything about drugs. I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to need to find... Which one is it? Which one? This one here. Okay.
Spoilers.
Here's the main set of articles we're going to go through, guys. Taylor Swift fans considering wearing adult diapers to ensure they don't miss a minute of the Era tour.
I'm not surprised.
I did a video on Taylor Swift and like celebrities and how I fucking hate them and how I think that every girl when I went to school with and they were in their teens and tweens, they were all like, I have a celebrity crush. I like reading about celebrities. I just wanted to pitch them into the fucking wood chipper.
But you are trying to become a celebrity.
No.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I don't want to be one, but I will, but I don't care. Remember, okay, at the start of the stream, I just said, I'll say the truth even if I lose all of my fucking clout.
No, listen, I understand.
I don't care.
That. There's many celebrities that don't give a shit about their reputation, Dev.
Yeah, well,
look at Adam Sandler.
Look at Adam Driver, to be honest. So, actually, it was funny.
I don't know who Adam Driver is.
Really?
Yeah.
He played Kylo Ren
Yeah, I don't. I really don't care. If it's Star Wars, I don't care.
Fuck you. Okay. No, there was so Ricky Gervais went to the Golden Globes and just shat on everyone.
Yes,
there.
I remember that. It was hilarious.
And Tom Hanks was like, "How dare you!" And like all the celebrities were like losing it, but Adam Driver's in the crowd like laughing his ass off. Mm-hmm. And the main reason is because Adam Driver, he didn't intend to be an actor like everyone else. He fell into it. Like he was like a. He worked at like blue collar jobs until he got his first acting gig. So he was cut from a different cloth for sure. He's like just laughing at like, look at this shit, dude. Okay, thanks for the $10, Highland Juggalo. Appreciate it again, dude. Dare's a proof of what I mean about the corruption conversation. They didn't Assange the tiny things. Now we don't trust anything. Kid tries weed, asks what else did they lie about, does meth out of spite. No, I agree with that. Yeah, like you should be accurate in your warnings and not overblow them. Like that's also the fascist and racist conversation, right? Like that's racist, that's sexist, and it's like it actually wasn't. And so they cried wolf too much. Yeah, that was the problem with Dare as well. Yeah, they overplayed their hand. I agree. Which is why you have to be accurate.
I'll become famous, but I don't care. We know you don't care. You keep telling us over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
It keeps coming up, so I keep saying it. You fuck.
But if you really
stop
didn't care,
okay, fine.
Really didn't
fine.
Care,
we're done. Done. Get done. Fuck you. Coffee's done too. Okay. Ow, my leg. Oh.
Then why would you do that?
Feels good for a while. A good while back, there was a study that found people who obsess over celebrities are less intelligent. Yeah, yep. So Sword. I've been like blue balling Swift Sword for something like 5 years now, and I feel bad.
About?
Merch.
Ah.
He was the merch guy. And I keep forgetting. Like it's the merch box is buried underneath this pile of stuff right here.
I mean, get your fucking shit together, Dev.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Here, I'll have to increase my Vyvanse dose so I can get to it.
Just take the whole bottle.
Yeah, just die. Actually, what's funny is people.
There's only like 100 pills in there. It's fine.
Here, I'll pull a Ethan Ralph. Okay, so what's funny is like people keep saying this is meth. You're just okay. One of these pills is 10 milligrams. Your average meth user uses approximately 4,000 milligrams.
Mm.
It's different. All right. Okay, so let's scroll down on this article here. Posting to a fan forum. One Melbourne ticket holder floated the idea. Yeah, forum.
Forum?
Yeah, forum.
You're saying the U so fast. It sounds like you're saying FORM.
Floated the idea of wearing an adult diaper to the concert. A bit of a silly question going to Melbourne N1. Is anyone considering wearing an adult diaper?
Melbourne. Devin.
Shut up! I don't want a second of it. Just wear adult diapers. Just shit yourself right in the fucking crowd.
Sounds good.
Fuck you. Neon Reagan over on Kick. I haven't seen you in a while, Neon Reagan. How you doing? What's up, buddy? So, many other Swifties thought the adult diaper was a great one, while others were unsure if it was a serious query. 15,000 fans, even 1% of them were adult diapers, dude. That'd be 150 adult diapers in the fucking crowd, just shitting and coming as they look at Taylor Swift.
Listen, guys, just take a fucking Pepto, and that way you'll just become constipated, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Just eat a lot of cheese.
Yeah. WestJet to revisit policy after Pierre Poilievre speaks on the flight's PA system. So this is from a year ago, but it's interesting because this is the Conservative leader in Canada.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, he's making short remarks on a Sunday night WestJet flight that was leaving Quebec City for Calgary after the Conservative Party of Canada's convention. So basically, this guy is the guy that is poised to win to beat Trudeau in the next election. Mm-hmm. All right, he's younger than Trudeau. He's very charismatic. He's well loved by the Canadian populace, and Trudeau's frankly pretty scared of him. You know what this guy is? This guy has like the same reputation that Trudeau did back before he got elected. Mm-hmm. So for some reason though, this guy decides to go up to the fucking plane and just pull the phone and be like, "Attention passengers." It's like, why?
Well, like, why didn't like the WestJet people be like, "Dude, you're not allowed to talk on our plane's PA. Get the fuck out."
Yeah, Reagan's been good. That's good, man. Let's see here. Yeah. The union representing WestJet cabin crew is demanding an apology from the airline after Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre spoke on the public address system of a recent flight. A video circulating online shows Poilievre making short remarks on a Sunday night flight that was leaving Quebec City for Calgary. He gave a campaign-style speech, lasted for 45 seconds. He was met with laughter and cheers from passengers. Yeah, it's like all the passengers were like, they were cool with this, right? But it's the fucking the union representing the cabin crew was quite angry.
Why?
Probably because it was used for like a political.
Yeah, like realistically, a passenger should not be using the PA for pretty much any reason.
Unless there's like a big.
Unless there's like some sort of emergency.
Yeah.
That's like a doctor like yelling out about something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like House.
Like.
Anyway, so.
$5 from Sean King. I think I now know who sent you the horse toy. That's enough of a wash. Okay, so the union's local president, Alia Hussein, said it's very disappointing that the airline allowed a politician to use the PA system. In a statement posted on Twitter, Hussein said the cabin crew had no input in the decision to allow Poilievre to speak, and the airline's rules say that only crew members can use the system. It is doubly disappointing that WestJet is now trying to assign blame on the cabin crew for this event. Someone was just knocking at the door, guys.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I gotta piss anyway, so you want to read this article? Here, go ahead.
I don't care about Poilievre.
I need to pee.
Why didn't you pee before?
I just drank coffee. Here, I'll go answer the door, and you read the article. Have fun.
He's gone, guys. Alright. Hussein is demanding an apology from WestJet for blaming crew members and says both the airline and Poilievre showed poor judgment. WestJet CEO Alex von Hosenbroek said the flight had been specifically added to assist with demand for the convention, so it was largely filled with their conservative delegates. Still, he said they'd revisit the policy. The leader of the party was given the opportunity to greet delegates on board, which is not unusual, but this was not a political endorsement, nor should it be interpreted as such. Von Hosenbroek wrote in his own statement on X, "We are nonpartisan by nature, and we will revisit our policy on this." I mean, this sounds like a nothing burger, honestly, guys. At least to me. Yeah, knock knock, who's there? Hopefully no one. I don't know, this just seems like some more left-leaning people are real mad about the fact that a politician was allowed to talk on a mic. However, I mean, WestJet probably shouldn't have allowed a customer to talk on a PA, but, you know, I'm not looking up the Sword of Zeal in Direct Soda. I know what you're doing, and I'm not. Next article, I'll just continue with the articles without Dev. This is fine. Boop. Putin critic. Alexei Navalny dies in Arctic Circle jail, says Russia. Who's surprised about that? Putin kills everybody who doesn't like him. Dun, 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 dun. Russia's most significant opposition leader for the past decade, Alexei Navalny, has died in an Arctic Circle jail, the prison service has said. President Vladimir Putin's most wow, I don't know what that word is. Vociferous critic. He was serving 19 years on extremism charges that were widely seen as politically motivated. Holy shit! Holy shit! That's a really long time. Okay, Navalny was moved to one of Russia's toughest penal colonies late last year. His wife, Yulia, has appealed to the international community to help punish this regime. Yeah, that's unsurprising. One of her closest allies, Anti-Corruption Foundation chief Ivan Zadanov, said it was highly likely Navalny had been killed and that a murder had actually happened. It's Russia. Who's surprised? Not me. The prison service in Russia's Yelmano-Nenets district, where Navalny was being held since he had felt unwell after a walk on Friday. It's because he was poisoned. He had almost immediately lost consciousness, it is said in a statement, adding that an emergency medical team had immediately been called and tried to resuscitate him, but without success. The emergency doctors declared the prisoner dead. Cause of death is being established. Or made up. Sure. Hours later, a steady stream of Muscovites laid flowers at a monument to victims of political repression opposite the Lubyanka, once home to Russia's notorious KGB spy service. Can I have a cat, Nooms? Dev dodges the question. Dev is not a huge fan of cats. He's like neutral on them, and I prefer dogs, so you're probably getting a dog and not a cat. Sorry. I mean, you could also just get a little rat to join with you in the walls, you know, because they're cute as long as they're not vicious, right?
Okay, so
what?
It was.
Ah!
Yeah.
Take her clothes off too. You can. There's nothing there though.
I got Naomi a Baldur's Gate 3 plush
Haha.
for Valentine's Day.
Guys, it's Lae'zel. He got me Lae'zel and Asterion. I'm not sure why those two, but thanks.
Because all the other ones looked far worse quality and also cost more.
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
She's not green though.
Yeah, she should be a little more yellowy, eh?
Yeah.
Yellowy green.
Yeah.
Because they do refer to her as yellow as a toad.
Yeah. How romantic.
Get the fuck out of here, Tidge!
Of course Naomi prefers dogs.
Get
yes,
the
she
fuck
does.
out of here.
Yes, she does. Naomi the dog pillar.
Anyway, I decided to move on to another article without you since you're so slow about everything all the time.
Okay.
We're talking about how Putin probably got somebody killed in Russia. Because who's surprised about that? My theory is that he was poisoned.
Yeah, they're always poisoned. Here, want me to put this over there?
No.
Just gonna hold on to it?
Yes.
Just rub
I'm gonna
rub
go
it into your vagina?
up into her scalp.
You probably shouldn't do that, Naomi. You should probably just leave that like that.
I will do so.
Naomi just pulled apart the fucking plush.
No,
I just
did
bought it to you.
It's fine.
Don't appreciate any of the gifts that I give you.
What kind of sad is they don't have any of her hair bangles or anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 from Colombia. Dev, do you think that because of the millennials and Gen Z irony defeatism, generation that improve will not take them seriously as a whole? What do you mean? No, I think you can definitely. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. You think that because of millennials and Gen Z's irony and defeatism, generation that improve will not take them seriously as a whole? You mean like future generations that do improve will not take millennials and Gen Z seriously? Probably, yeah. That makes sense.
You fuckers, just because I like dogs does not mean I am dog pilled. Shut up.
Okay, so let's see. Prosecutors have warned the Russians not to join any mass protests, and several people were detained, both in central Moscow and other cities, including St. Petersburg, Murmansk, and Nizhny Novgorod. Navalny, who was 47, was last seen one day before his death, looking well and laughing during a court hearing via video link.
Poisoned.
Yep. Took to the stage at the Munich Security Conference and went. Okay. Yulia Navalny took to the stage. Oh yeah, I don't know if you know, but this is about Russian, right? Is that this is the man's last name?
Mm-hmm.
For the woman, it's the same last name with an A.
Yep.
They had an A in Russian to the last name.
Mm-hmm.
Yulia Navalny took to the stage at the Munich Security Conference on the verge of tears with a warning that the news had only come from unreliable state sources. If it's true, I know Putin, all of his allies, all of his friends, all of his government know they will be held responsible for what they've done, and the day will come sooner than you think. Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, Putin probably should have been killed a long-ass time ago.
Yeah, probably.
You know? So, of course, now we're gonna have Russian KGB agents coming to kill us because we said that live
The
on air.
KGB is dead.
They're alive and well in secret!
No, Naomi, they're gone. The Soviet Union has been destroyed. What are they called now?
KGB agents.
No, they're not. They're called something else.
The Russian James Bond.
Hold on, let's see. Sean King, $5. After this week's D&D game, I'm sculpting all your characters with special needs helmets. Fuck you. Was Navalny given the Russian cancer vax? Oh yeah, that's right, because Russia had a guy killed at one point by putting like some sort of radioactive isotope in his tea, and he just drank it and died.
Yep, fun.
It's called the SFB now. No, Spetsnaz is their version of the Marines, not their version of the like intelligence service. Yeah, they're called the FSB now. The KGB is gone.
Listen, if the listen, if they're just the KGB with a different name, is the KGB really gone?
Have you not seen how the war is going recently? I know that Ukraine just withdrew from a city because they were about to be encircled, so they pulled back.
Shit. Yep.
So, well, honestly, Zelensky said it's because America's been slow to send over the next aid package, and they ran out of stuff, which might be true. I don't know. The CIA has a cancer gun. Get shot.
I mean, it looks like he was trying to start a revolution in Russia. Like, I mean, listen, it does actually make sense for Putin to, like, eliminate his, competition for anything. It does. But I'm just, like, it's very obviously bad, and Putin probably should have been killed by somebody a long-ass time ago. Even the fucking, even the CIA. I don't care who at this point. I knew it was gonna get, like, this bad eventually, and no one did anything about it.
To be honest, it got this bad 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but, like, as a kid in, like, high school, hearing about Putin, I was just like, ooh, that's bad.
Here it is, the Battle of Adivika. Yeah. So, is the map? Is there a map on here? Because I saw the map recently. No, they're pulling out. Yep. They're withdrawing from Adivika because they're surrounded on the north, the south, and the east. So they're just pulling back west. Yep. They ran out of artillery, and the artillery shortages were widespread and having a direct impact on the battle, with the frontline defenders being armed only with assault rifles. Yep. So they have to pull. They have to pull out of the city. Basically, let me just readjust this here. Basically, they're saying, hey, America stopped sending us the artillery, so now we're fucked. We have to pull back.
Yep.
Well, there we go.
Yep. I thought other countries were also fighting there currently.
No.
No?
Everyone's giving them aid, but only Ukrainians are fighting.
That's shitty. Oh well.
Hold on. Gotta love a government that can fuel wars around the world but not house, feed, or heal its own citizens. So are you saying, then, that you would actually support a bill that cut all Ukrainian aid, but implemented a massive social welfare state in the United States? Is that what you want? You want, like, huge social programs, huge social spending programs? You want universal healthcare for everyone? You want, like, here's the thing. I've seen right-wingers make this argument before, but then it's like, okay, what should we spend the money on at home? They're like, nothing. It's like, okay, dude, sure.
Yep.
But anyway, no, I'm pro-Ukraine, obviously. Yeah.
Well, why? I don't understand the not pro-Ukraine position, because it's just like Russia just decided to attack a country, but the whole world is can't quite do anything about it because they have nukes. So we can send aid, or we can devolve into nuclear war. But yeah, pro-Russia, sure. Like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there is they have like a foreign legion. Yeah, so like you can join up as an individual and just join the Ukrainian army, but as like a foreigner. But the governments aren't sending over.
No, yeah. You can just go and fight and hopefully not get arrested when you come back.
Yep. My straw man, Dev. It's not a straw man at all. I keep fucking seeing people say that, Tidge. It's not a straw man at all. Sporkwitch, $20. Thank you. Ukraine has zero restrictions about the U.S. It is a corrupt regime Democrats installed via coup. That's false. Used to start Hillary's proxy war with Russia that she wanted in 2017. That's retarded. They're intentionally sending just enough to extend, not win. If that's true, we should send them more then. We should send them way more stuff so that they can win then.
I think only the last part of that is something I could give credence to.
No, I actually don't think that America is like America could send more, but at a higher cost to itself, and it doesn't want to pay that cost.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, let's move on. Because this is sad, and there's nothing you or I can do about it, because we wouldn't be accepted into the army anyway.
Yep. What's rumbling? That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
What's going on? Does it work?
What? Yes, it's always work.
Naomi's on call, guys.
Don't worry about it.
Watch your boss is like, I'm watching the stream right now. I know you. Tereshchenko for $5. My $5 super chat bets a massive welfare surge will be followed by an equally massive increase in illegal drug purchases. What do you think happens if Ukraine wins? I don't think Ukraine invades Russia. Like, if somehow Ukraine managed to actually win this, they would probably push them back. They'd probably retake Crimea if they could. They wouldn't go any further than that. I don't think this would be like, it's time to march on Russia and destroy them. I don't think so. Rand Paul Festivus report intensifies. I don't know what that's in reference to, dude. Sorry. Wait, we're the bad guys in Ukraine, Dev? No, we aren't. That's fucking stupid. That's dumb. Ukraine should take half of Russia. It's like, fuck you. Yeah, it does seem like at this point that Ukraine can't win, which sucks. But Ukraine is the morally correct position. 30 shekels from Roy. Thank you. Hey, Dev. Thought I'd I toss a few shekels your way after seeing so many vids being moved to second channel. Oh, and will you be covering the recent Voosh drama? Eventually.
Whoosh.
Eventually I will be. I mean, I covered it on stream already, but yeah. And Juggalo, $5. You should reestablish viewer call-ins. I now need to call you Smooth Brain about how the military functions. Maybe, one day. Probably something I reset up as well. Oh, yes we are. No. You know what? America good. The liberal world good. The things that we do are generally good around the world. We made mistakes, but we're nowhere near as bad as our adversaries. No, we're the good guys.
You're not even American.
I said liberal world. Liberal world. What does that entail, Naomi? You fuck?
You said America good. Liberal world good. That makes you sound like you're an American, you fucking Ameriboo.
Ameriboo? Based. Yeah, we unironically are the good guys, yes. Yes. We are morally superior. How about not signing with perfectly corrupt people? Who? It was a coup. It was organized by the U.S. That's retarded, Sporkwitch. I appreciate your $10, but you're a retard, okay? I know exactly what you're talking about. I heard the call, okay? I heard the phone call that you're referencing. So the phone call was basically like, there was a U.S. diplomat saying, we'd prefer this politician to win the next election over this politician.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the politician they preferred
mm-hmm.
was also popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, the fucking conspiratoids
mm-hmm.
are like, obviously this means that America rigged the whole thing. It's like, no, a preference is not the same thing as rigging an election.
Mm-hmm.
All right? It was not a coup.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a coup.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, there's more proof of Trump doing a coup than fucking this was, and you don't consider that a coup because you're retarded. All right? Either make it decisive or pull out. Ukraine is morally right in this fight, but it's not the U.S.'s business. Stop wasting my money on corruption. Honestly, yeah. The U.S. should basically give like 100 times the amount of aid. Just flood it. Just fucking go full war economy and then stomp Russia into the dirt. And then fuck all their women and castrate all their men. That's how you do it. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rusta for $10. Americans are tired of being villainized for being the world police, while also being berated for not wanting to be the world police when a country suddenly needs it after suddenly the world police looks good. So, you know what? I used to be like, America as the world police are fucking terrible. I used to hold that position. I don't anymore, Rusta. Like, you're right. This is true, right? America should be the world police, and we should not villainize them so much for it. Now, we should villainize them when they do something wrong, like the Iraq War, for example. But for the most part, America being the world police has been better. It's done more good than bad, and we should not take it so. We should take that privilege more seriously. America should be the world police. Because that is fucking based. You don't understand, Dev. America has unlimited foreign power, but for some reason it doesn't work elsewhere, like in Russia. Become the world mafia. Protection money. Based. Team America. Fuck yeah. I'll join Team America. That sounds awesome.
You gonna join the A-Team?
Da 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 da. I want the followed America. We should be actively fucking over other countries. Based. Their objective was a coup in Ukraine. No, there wasn't. You're wrong. You're wrong. The previous leader was forced to flee the country. Yeah, no, I know that, but no, there wasn't a coup. Nope.
Can we move on?
Okay, hold on. No, I need to clarify.
Okay, yeah, go.
We'll move on after this clarification. Okay.
Sure.
In terms of the coup in Ukraine, let me put it this way. An American-backed coup where America enforced its will on the Ukrainian population? No. Was there a popular coup where you had a corrupt government that was overthrown by the Ukrainian population? That is much more likely. Can it be annexed? Yeah. Based. Give us the fucking First and Second Amendments. Naomi's like, what are you rolling your eyes at? You don't want free speech? Okay, fine. I'll take away your free speech. That's fine.
I want to be living in Texas.
We won't. We'll live in Ontario.
Yeah, but it'll be Texas.
Ontario, Texas.
on Nexus.
Hylian Juggalo, $5. Iraq was based, actually. We were helping an ally. That's what Desert Storm was. Kuwait was invaded. They asked for help. That's Iraq War 1, not Iraq War 2. Iraq War 2 was ridiculous. So for Camaro, $2. The real WMD is the friends he made along the way. Okay, let's continue. Oh, yeah. A flying sofa was seen over a Turkish capital during a storm. As strong winds hit Ankara, Turkey, footage on social media appeared to show an outdoor sofa being blown off a high-rise into the sky.
Okay, I was going to be like, it doesn't say tornado, so that makes sense, but if it's
There
just
goes,
a couch hanging out, well, that's unfortunate.
Imagine riding that thing.
Whee!
I was like, well,
death.
There you go. So the guy who filmed the video said no one was hurt and the seat remained unusable after the furniture ended up in his garden. So you just keep it? He's like, it's my couch now. It landed in my garden. Okay, dude.
Wild.
Scientists invent a new meaty rice. It's a hybrid food. So
I don't know how I feel about that.
Meat rice, dude. Let's see. Scientists in South Korea have created a new type of hybrid food by growing beef cells inside grains of rice.
That's what Bachelor Chow is.
Bachelor Chow?
That's what Bachelor Chow is. It's meat rice.
Meat rice? The meaty rice could offer a more eco-friendly source of protein that costs less than real cuts of meat. Imagine obtaining all the nutrients we need from cell-cultured protein rice. Rice already has a high nutrient level, but adding cells from livestock can further boost it. Researchers coated the rice with fish gelatin to help the cells latch onto the rice better. From there, cow muscle and fat stem cells were seeded into the rice and left to culture in a petri dish for 9 to 11 days. The final result was a cell-cultured beef rice that had 8% more protein and 7% more fat than regular rice. It also turned out firmer and brittler than normal rice.
Brittler.
Yeah. Although the product is not yet approved for customers, the hope is that it could become a more environmentally sustainable protein option. I didn't expect the cells to grow so well in the rice. Now I see a world of possibilities for this grain-based hybrid food. It could one day serve as food relief for famine, military ration, or even space food. The main ingredients meet the food safety requirements and have a low risk of triggering food allergies. So yeah, lab-grown meat. Put some meat cells into the rice. The meat grows inside the rice. You get meat rice. You have to put in stem cells, but the stem cells will grow into actual meat. So you still have to get some animal stuff, but you can grow more of it out of what you got. Sean King, $5. Where the left has Trump derangement syndrome, I say that the right now has establishment derangement syndrome. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't trust anything that comes out of the establishment. Even if the establishment tells me the sky is blue, I'm not going to trust it. It's you're fucking retarded, dude.
Correct. I would actually try this though, to be honest.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah.
I'll try everything once, yeah.
My actually main worry is the texture of it, because if it's brittle, then it might just taste like overcooked rice.
Emi's a texture girl, not a taste girl, guys.
I don't really know how to respond. I like textures. I mean, tasting good is also important, but if it just feels bad in my mouth, then I don't like that.
TRG Scorpion, $5. Iraq was justified, but the nation building was botched. Sic Semper Tyrannis. I mean, you could say that America should just use its overwhelming might to depose all tyrants in the entire world. You could say that, but there's limits to what America can do. Here's the thing. I've even talked to isolationists who are like, America should leave NATO. They should leave Europe. They should have no presence anywhere. Retreat completely to American soil and fuck the rest of the world. It's you can do that, but then your enemies will conquer the rest of the world, and then the entire world will bear down upon you and then just rape you into the dirt, because America cannot stand up against the entire world at once. Not gonna happen. A Frog Jupiter, $2. Rather be allowed to own a chicken in the city. That's right. You see people who it's usually Indians, sometimes Muslims, but definitely Indians. They'll get an apartment. They'll rent an apartment, and they'll just throw their livestock in it, and that'll be their area where livestock is kept in that apartment. And so they'll just go into their livestock apartment and just kill a chicken or something. It's fucking disgusting. Fucking animals, dude.
That's why you have a house and have chickens in the backyard.
Yeah.
Apparently chickens are real mean.
They can be, yeah.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
You know me as anti-bean. I am anti-bean. Beans are gross.
Beans
Unless
are good for you. Fuck
Listen,
you. Eat them.
listen, I have been eating them when they're all mushed up together.
In like a hummus, yeah.
Yes, that's fine. I just don't like individual beans because beans taste gross. You have to mix them with other things and then I'll eat them. It's not that fucking hard. God.
Oh, let me just stretch. Oh.
That probably dealt with. Do.
Let's continue on. This is today's headline. This is the.
It is there. Haha.
I direct my mum's racy content and tell her what saucy positions to get in.
I've seen this everywhere.
Arthur Urach, 18 years old, says he doesn't feel awkward filming content for his 35-year-old mum, Andressa Urach, who is a former Brazilian Miss Bum Bum model. Miss Bum Bum? And a TV presenter. So, mom shoots hardcore porn. Son films hardcore porn.
Okay, I also want to point out that in this picture specifically, he looks very androgynous. Like, I thought it was two lesbians when Dev did give me the context earlier. Mm-hmm. Look very androgynous there. I just want to point that out. And that's all I have to say about this.
If America were to retreat from the whole world, it would make the Afghanistan pullout look like a sunny walk in the park by comparison. Absolutely. Japan would be immediately invaded. Taiwan would be immediately invaded. Europe would be immediately invaded. Like, if America said no one gets our help anymore, like, the world would be fucked.
Many places would be just
Frog Jupiter, $2. Meat rabbits are better than chickens. 4 flats.
Yes, actually, you know what? That's true, because rabbits are a little bit less messy. Only a little, though.
So, the teen insists that the process doesn't bother him. He thinks about mundane things to pass the time while doing it.
I thought you said incest.
No, insists. Okay. My only thought after recording everything there is, which restaurant should I go to today? Arthur says he feels so comfortable filming his mum that he even directs her scenes.
Okay, like, I have to assume that the fucking kid is, like, super asexual.
Or just scarred.
I mean, yeah, but, like...
I don't think it's weird. Sometimes I have to tell her what position she has to be in, what the girl has to do. In the last one, we did stay with a woman in a motel. I literally had to give her instructions for most of the photos and videos. Arthur's comment came after he hosted a Q&A on Instagram last month where he talked about filming his mum's content. Someone asks, Arthur, are you the one who films Andressa's OnlyFans? He said, yep, I'm really badass at pictures, right? And some people were outraged, saying, you're not ashamed of your mother selling herself? Do you film her like this?
Listen. Like, okay, listen. Like, scarred maybe into asexuality, but, like, generally, this would just lead to incest. Mm-hmm. Not him not caring. So either they're secretly fucking, or he's, like, so fucking asexual that there's something medically wrong with him. Mm-hmm. Like, so, there's no fucking way.
I'm not ashamed. I'm very serene with her decision. He's been emancipated since he was 16. He also recently sparked more controversy with his mum after the pair were spotted partying in a nightclub together. Her ex-husband fumed at the time. What about a mother who takes her own son to a whorehouse to watch her mother rub against other men? Hold on. She formally quit her racy career on OnlyFans to return to God. However, she quickly returned to the site again after going back in the vow.
Well, yeah, fucking she missed the money.
So, do you think that they're secretly fucking?
I don't know. I feel like it would have come out if they were, which is what's weird to me. I feel like it would have just been like, oh yeah, they're like maybe not right away, but like something, like somebody would have dug into something and just like researched their whole fucking lives and been like, yep, see, they're fucking. There we go. Mm-hmm. You know? Because that's what always happens. But the fact that it didn't happen in this case, like, something's weird.
Yeah.
Something's weird.
$2. This makes Norman Bates cringe from how incestuous it is. Thanks, man. Antelope the Greek, $10. Thank you. The right is perfectly fine with trusting the government establishment when they say Biden is senile and it goes with their beliefs. I'm not saying he isn't senile. Yeah, that's true. Ow. They're like, oh, the establishment's right this time. It's like, why? Because I agree with it.
Does she film sex scene? Okay, I'm pretty sure he films her sex scenes too, because there was that picture of the thumbnail.
He is the cameraman
for everything.
When she gets fucked.
Yeah.
By guys.
Yep.
And then they put it on their OnlyFans.
Yep. Mom looks like an aged out Dylan Mulvaney. Jesus.
Okay. Highland Juggalo for $10. What intervention? Want intervention? Okay, you need to let us occupy a place for 3 lifetimes. U.S. public has no patience for occupation. He won Nam's kinetic fight, but left after winning due to public babies. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where like even when like actual drastic military action is necessary, you have a lot of Americans who have just gone soft and they're like, we don't like the war. Please just give me more McDonald's.
The mom Christian wished he had.
God, that's funny. Okay. New York literally had a court case suing to allow a biological parent to marry the biological child. She's grooming him. Search New York parent seeks okay to marry their own adult child. I will search it.
I mean, maybe she's grooming him, but like I said, it probably would have come up that they fucked already. Like, you said he was 19, 16? How old is he?
He is 18.
He's 18. It's weird.
Okay, I found it. New York parents seeks okay to marry their own child. I take my child, my lawfully wedded spouse. A New Yorker who wants to marry their own adult offspring is suing to overturn laws barring the incestuous practice, calling it a matter of individual autonomy. That's fucking wild, dude. Like, holy shit.
Yep.
Through the enduring bond of marriage, two persons, whatever their relationship they might otherwise have with them, can find a greater level of expression, intimacy, and spirituality. The proposed spouses are adults. The proposed spouses are biological parent and child. The proposed spouses are unable to procreate together. They're unable to... Oh, so I guess one of them is like sterile?
Sure.
Okay. Incest is a third-degree felony under New York law, punishable by 4 years behind bars, and incestuous marriages are considered void. The spouse is facing a fine for 6 months in jail.
Should be more than 6 months if you're caught already married. Jesus. Alright.
It's fucking weird, isn't it, dude? It's kind of weird.
It's obviously just... Oh, wait. No, it doesn't matter. It's obviously just the parent groomed their kid. They were definitely fucking before that. Now they just want to get married because they love them and they keep them around and fuck them forever.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird, dude.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my water bottle. Where is it? I finished all my coffee. Is your tea done?
It's been done for a while.
Oh, you had tea today, not coffee, right?
Yep.
Yep. Slurp.
Buster Bluth moment. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus.
Who's that?
That is from the show Arrested Development.
Oh.
Yep, that you haven't seen, surprisingly. I don't know why.
San Francisco re-examines its procurement process after the business ban on 30 states backfires. Okay, so
what?
San Francisco. Actually, it'll be in here. Why is Andy and Lele so popular? So, we're gonna play that game, by the way. Even though I know it's late, but we're gonna play it.
No.
Should Discord DM sometime this week if you got time. I'll try to figure it out. Antelope. Thanks for the donations, guys. Okay. For 7 years, San Francisco kept a ban on states that would defy the values of the city. There were no contracts awarded, and certainly city workers were not allowed to travel for business purposes to those states. So this is kind of ridiculous, right?
What? Explain more.
If there is a state that passes right-wing policies, no business in San Francisco could do business with those states.
What? Why?
Because San Francisco is like one of the most lefty places in the world.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to like have your more lefty politics bleed into the places where there isn't any to try and convert?
They were going full like isolationist, like purity mode.
Isolationist is stupid, but anyway, continue.
And yeah, city workers, if you work for the city, you could not travel to those states for business purposes.
What?
So if you were a city employee, you can't go to Texas or whatever. Like it was fucking ridiculous. Here's an example. Right. By now, you've probably heard of the infamous No Valley public toilet and how San Francisco was ready to dish out $1.7 million for its construction rather than pay for a much cheaper modular model from a company in Nevada. Yeah, so they're going to pay this much money for a public toilet rather than get a cheap one from Nevada because they disagree with Nevada's politics. And it was a legal ban. They couldn't get it. So San Francisco had a ban on doing business with 30 states that had laws that undermined LGBTQ and voting rights as well as blocking abortion access. It was... Jesus Christ, it's so fucking laggy. Fuck off. It was those states against San Francisco, and that eventually became too costly for the city government. Yep. So the No Valley bathroom is not a one-off case. That's a problem that is replicated throughout the city government. We couldn't buy toilet paper from where we historically bought toilet paper. These market players are smart enough to know that they had a captive audience and they could raise their prices. Yep. So, you can only buy from us because of the law? Guess what? Things now cost 3 times as much. Because fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. Also because of the ban, public employees were not allowed to travel to one of those 30 states to potentially lure companies to bring business back to San Francisco. Oh, you want to go to Texas and like try to entice a company to come build something in San Francisco? Can't do that.
Propane and propane accessories to San Francisco.
Yeah. So yeah, they axed. Yeah, let's get down to yeah. After that report, here's the report. It is difficult to measure how the city's contracting costs have been affected by the legislation. Researchers have found that the full and open competition for contracts can result in savings up to 20%. Mm-hmm. After that report, San Francisco finally cried uncle, and last April, the Board of Supervisors voted to get rid of the ban. And now San Francisco will do business with, yes. Spork Witch, $5. The CA doesn't. Wait, CA, you mean California? Doesn't need to spread that way. They're big enough that companies must do business, so what CA does, companies enforce. No need to change laws elsewhere. No, most like Texas is becoming like the new center of like even new center of tech. Texas, like Elon Musk moved everything over to Texas because Texas is just better for business right now than California is. It actually is.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
You gave me like a weird look.
I didn't give you a weird look. I gave the idea of Texas a weird look.
Texas is awesome.
Listen.
Yeehaw.
That is a woman.
No, that's even better. Yeehaw.
Fuck you. You're so fucking mean.
You always fall into like the easiest trolls.
Because you're so mean all the time. You're just a bully.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this. Why is this article lagging so? I'm just gonna fucking close it. Fuck you. Lagging my goddamn computer. Okay, here. Baywatch star Yasmin Belith, who's now 55 years old, is unrecognizable 25 years after slipping into her famous red swimsuit. Well, yeah, it's 25 years later, dude. Of course she looks different.
Yeah. Like, that's not even commenting on, like, if she looks old or if she, like, gained weight. Like, yeah, she's gonna look super different. She's 50. Like...
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, she let herself go a little bit. Like, you could be thinner than this in your 50s, but nonetheless, it's people age. It's normal.
Yes. Yep.
Like, Yasmin Belith made a splash when she was seen out and about in a very rare setting in Los Angeles on Thursday.
Yeah, this is why she doesn't go out.
55 years old, donned a casual denim jumpsuit, a white tote, and pink tee for the afternoon. She was spot hanging out with a friend as they go into Whole Foods. Like, looks like an average 55-year-old woman.
Yeah, she's honestly for 55, she's still a cutie. Like at least in that one's not as great of a picture, but
yeah,
like from the front one,
mm-hmm.
She's a cutie. Yeah.
She looks like this.
Yeah.
She was considered one of the hottest women in America.
I only know that 80s. From Friends.
Yeah, from back in like the late 80s, she was considered one of the hottest women in America.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, how could this happen? And it's like, no, she just got old. Like everyone gets old.
People don't stay hot forever.
Dev and Naomi sitting in a tree. Fucking.
What? No!
Thanks for the $2.
We don't do that.
No, we don't. Check Steam. You may have gotten a gift from someone.
Oh.
Okay, I will check it out, Silver. Thank you. Thanks, you, Blonde. Appreciated. But yeah, like, no, Baywatch is 1997, not 80s. Okay, but yeah, still, she was like the hottest woman. Well, and it's like, well, people get old, dude. This is how it is.
This is why we don't see her outside, because people write stupid-ass fucking articles like this.
Yep.
God.
The day I put $50,000 into a shoebox and handed it to a stranger, I never thought I was the kind of person to fall for a scam. Also, she's a financial advice columnist for...
Oh my god. You just ruined your career.
What is this, the New Yorker?
Oh my god. That's an actual newspaper. Oh.
I think it's a magazine, but yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
They're the same.
On a Tuesday evening, back in October, I put $50,000 in cash in a shoebox, taped it shut as instructed, and carried it to the sidewalk in front of my apartment. My phone clasped to my ear. Don't let anyone hurt me, I told the man on the line, feeling pathetic. You won't be hurt, he answered. Just keep doing exactly as I say.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, this sounds like she wasn't tricked. She was being extorted by like a criminal. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, this sounds like...
This is not like, give me your bank account.
No, yeah, this...
I will give you Amazon gift card.
Without reading the rest of it, it sounds like she was being threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And not scammed. What the fuck was that title then? Okay, just finish.
Okay. 3 minutes later, a white Mercedes SUV pulled up at the curb. The back window will open, said the man on the phone. Don't look at the driver or talk to him. Put the box through the window, say thank you, and go back inside. The man on the phone knew my home address, my social security number, the names of my family members, and that my 2-year-old son was playing in our living room. He had told me my home was being watched, my laptop had been hacked, and we were in imminent danger. I can help you, only if you cooperate. His first orders were I cannot tell anyone about our conversation, not even my spouse, or talk to the police or a lawyer. Now, I know this is all a scam.
Well, now she knows.
A cruel and violating one, but painfully obvious in retrospect. Now, do not redeem. Here's what I can't figure out. Why didn't I just hang up and call 911?
Because your son was playing in the living room and they knew. That would have, that honestly, if it was me in that situation with the child, that would have been the turning point for me. Is like, they know he's in my living room right now playing. Like, it could have been an educated guess, but like, I wouldn't have thought of that at the time.
Yeah.
Right? If they said that, I probably would have been like, well, shit, fuck, what do I do?
That's when you say, okay, I'll unlock my door, come right in, and then you kick the shit out of them. Then you rape them.
You can't fucking kick the shit out of anybody. Except me, because I'm weaker than you.
You want to see? Let's fucking go, bitch. Okay, hold on.
It's also not the fucking...
Ow! Okay, shoot them. You're American. You have a gun. Shoot them.
She doesn't have a gun.
She's retarded.
Well, that's not the point. We don't... Okay, let's say you don't have a gun. Let's say the gun is not accessible in that situation. It's at the gun cleaners, okay?
By the way, yeah. By the way, never give money to people who are extorting you. Like,
well, no,
I'll leak your nudes.
Not.
Fucking leak them. I don't care. Anyway.
Well, that's no, Kate. Listen, that's different than threatening violence. Like, this is obviously bad, and she should have just called the cops.
She should have, yes, yeah.
But like, it's actually far more understandable why she didn't in this one.
Second gun,
case.
Naomi. Second. Hey, Butters, how's that project I gave you to work on? How you doing on it, buddy? Butters, are you done? Okay, hold on. Why didn't I call 911? Why didn't I text my husband or my brother, a lawyer, or my best friend, also a lawyer, or my parents, or one of the many other people who would have helped me? Why did I hand over all the money, the contents of my saving account, for emergencies without a bigger fight? When I've told people this story, most of them say the same thing. You don't seem like the type of person this would happen to. What they mean is I'm not senile or hysterical or a rube. Well, you seem to be a rube. But these stereotypes are actually false. Younger adults, Gen Z, Millennials, and Gen X. Gen X isn't a younger adult at this point. Gen X are like 50s.
Doesn't matter.
They're 34% more likely to report losing money to fraud compared with those over 60, according to a recent report from the Federal Trade Commission. Yeah. A gun wasn't accessible, but $50,000 in cash was.
Listen, I told you.
What does a gun cost in America? A couple $100? Like,
no, listen. All your guns were at the gun cleaners.
The gun cleaners?
The gun cleaners. Who needs to clean their own guns when you can pay someone to do it really nicely?
Yeah.
So you got like 50 guns, you take them all up, put them in
I
your
left
truck.
my gun at the gun cleaners. That's so stupid. Yeah,
listen,
okay.
I know.
Okay. Well-educated people or those with good jobs just as vulnerable to scams as anyone else. Still, how could I have been such easy prey? Scam victims tend to be single, lonely, and economically insecure with low financial literacy. I'm none of those things. I'm the opposite. I'm a journalist who has a weekly column in the business section of the New York Times. I've written a personal finance column for this magazine for the past 7 years. I interview money experts all the time and take their advice seriously. I'm married. I talk to my friends, my family, my colleagues every day. I'm not someone who loses their head. My mother-in-law has described me as even-keeled. My own mom calls me maddeningly rational. I'm listed as an emergency contact for several friends and their kids. I vote, I floss, I cook, and I exercise. In other words, I'm not a person who panics under pressure and falls for a conspiracy involving drug smuggling, money laundering, and CIA officers at my door. Until suddenly, I was. So you're a retard. Okay. That morning, it was October 31st. I dressed my toddler in a pizza costume for Halloween and kissed him goodbye before school. He's like a pizza slice.
Yeah.
He just gets eaten.
Yeah.
I wrote some work emails. At about 12:30 p.m., my phone buzzed. The caller ID said it was Amazon. I answered. A polite woman with a vague accent told me that she was calling from Amazon customer service to check some unusual activity on my account. The call was being recorded for quality assurance. Had I recently spent $8,000 on MacBooks and iPads? I had not. I checked my Amazon account. My order history showed diapers and groceries, no iPads. The woman, who said her name was Krista, told me the purchase had been made under my business account. I don't have a business account. I said, she said, our system shows that you have too.
Wouldn't you be able to see that? You
should be able to. So I wonder if...
Well, no, I wouldn't know. Like, can you? You would know.
Probably, yeah.
You can see that on your one PayPal account if you have multiple PayPal accounts set up?
It's Amazon account, not PayPal.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Well,
here's whatever. The thing. So here's step one. If you get a call from someone like this,
you hang up and call back the actual number.
Yes, you call back the company's actual number yourself,
yep.
And you say, "Listen, I just got a call from this person. She claims this. Is this true?" Because if you're the one doing the outgoing call, you know you're actually getting to the right person.
Yep.
Right. So number one, you make the call.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Chris and I concurred that I was the victim of identity theft, and she said she would flag the fraudulent accounts and freeze their activity. She provided me with a case ID number for future reference and recommended my credit cards. I did everything with the number. I thank you for her help. So yeah, write down the case ID number. You call back with the number and say, "Is this a real number?" Like, okay. And Krista explained that Amazon had been having a lot of problems with identity theft and false accounts lately. It had become so pervasive that the company was working with a liaison at the Federal Trade Commission. Okay, this is when it's so fucking obvious that this is a scam.
Okay.
It's like, I got a guy from the FTC on the line, dude. Do you want to talk to him?
Okay, listen. I was defending her more before because it sounded like someone just called her on her cell and started threatening her.
Yeah.
No.
This is dumb.
No. How?
This is really bad, dude. So, could she connect me to him? This is when you say, no. Because everything's fine, actually.
Yeah.
So, Kister transferred the call to a man who identified himself as Calvin Mitchell. He said he was an investigator with the FTC. He gave me his badge number and had me write down the direct phone line in case I needed to contact him again. He told me our call was being recorded. He asked me to verify the spelling of my name. He then read me the last 4 digits of my social security number, my home address, my date of birth to confirm they were correct. The fact that he had my social security number threw me. I was getting nervous. So what probably happened is they got it through some other way.
Oh, yeah.
And then contacted her with this whole scheme. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we're speaking. Your personal information is linked to a case that we've been working on for quite a while now. It's quite serious. Okay, well, this is when you say, I'm going to hang up and call the actual authorities and try to confirm this. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you always do.
Always hang
Make
up.
sure you're the one who's calling out so you know that you're getting to the right people.
Yeah, honestly, this is why I don't answer my phone and I just let people leave me a message and then I'll call back.
Okay, let's see. You told me that 22 bank accounts, 9 vehicles, and 4 properties were registered to my name. That's when you'd be like, dude, this is based. I got 4 properties and I'm taking them. You're like, yeah, they're mine. Because if they're registered to your name, that means that they're legally yours.
Yep.
Right? Bank accounts had wired more than $3 million overseas, mostly to Jamaica and Iraq. You know anything about this? Nope. Do you know someone named Stella Sucky Kwong? No, I don't think so. Texted me a photo of her ID, which she claimed had been found in a car rented under my name that was abandoned on the southern border of Texas with blood and drugs in the trunk.
Okay, listen, you would have known about this before, though, unless it just happened.
This is so ridiculous,
dude. The police would have contacted you to be like, listen here, you're going to jail unless you have a reason to tell us that.
Yeah, like, okay, here. If this actually happened, if the Texas police found this, a police officer would be knocking at our door saying, we got to talk to you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be happening through a fucking phone call with Amazon.
No, definitely not. Fuck.
Okay. A home in New Mexico affiliated with the car rental had been subsequently been raided. He added, and authorities found more drugs, cash, and bank statements registered to my name and social security number. This is when you ask, oh, tell me my whole number, not just the last 4 digits.
Yeah.
Like there's so many ways out of this, dude.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. He texted me a drug bust photo of bags of pills and money stacked on a table. He told me there were warrants out for my arrest in Maryland and Texas. Like he was being charged with cyber crimes, money laundering, and drug trafficking. That's when you say, okay, with this, warrants for your arrest. Okay. Now you call up your own police and say, I've been told there are warrants for me in Maryland and Texas. Because if you know there haven't been, they'll be like, yeah, there's not.
Yeah.
There's so many things that a person who's actually innocent, there's so many things you could do.
Yeah, like...
Oh my fucking god, dude. Like, this woman's an idiot.
Like, yeah, okay, listen. Listen. Jesus. So fucking... Listen. I can't...
Naomi can't fucking say anything. Want some water?
I can't put into words how stupid this is and how I'm so annoyed that she made herself sound better in the first few paragraphs.
So... My head swam. I googled my name along with warrant and money laundering. What came out? Were arrest warrants public? I think sometimes they are, but just call the cops. I wasn't sure. All right. Google led me to truthfinder.com, which asked me for my credit card information. Nope. I'm in deep shit. I texted my husband. My identity was stolen. It seems really bad. This is when you go to your own fucking... Oh, I hate this woman. She's so stupid.
Yep, this is...
Fucking femoid brain. I knew that would make you like stop the sentence in the middle of it.
I defended her because it sounded like she just got a call in her cell that was immediately threatening, not that she was a fucking idiot who gave them all her fucking information.
Any recommendations on free video editing software? Just pirate Adobe, because fuck Adobe, they're a terrible company. Pirate them. You okay? I saw you bang your leg. Are you alright?
I'm good.
Are you good? Are you good?
Felt like it should have hurt more than it did, so I'm okay.
It sounded like it hurt. It was like,
I'm okay.
Oh, by the way, Remember how like my table broke a year and a half ago, and I was like, I'm moving soon. I'll just live with it. I'll just prop it up. It's really breaking now. Like, you see this? Look at this.
Yep, I see it.
Oh my god. Hopefully it lasts until
Hopefully.
like this whole part's like snapping and bending right here.
Yep.
You just gotta last a few more months, Mr. Table. It'll be okay.
Anyway, let's keep going with this ridiculousness.
Okay.
Jesus.
God damn it. Calvin wanted NYT's most street savvy financial advisor. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Dev, stop encouraging people to break the law.
Okay,
You're gonna get banned.
finish reading the article. It's already very long. Come on.
Okay.
Deserved.
Calvin wanted to know if I knew anyone who might be the culprit, if I had any connections to Iraq or Jamaica. No. This is the first I'm hearing about all this, and it's a lot to take in. He asked if I ever use public or unsecured Wi-Fi. I don't know, maybe. I used airport Wi-Fi recently. He said, it's unfortunate. It's how many of these breaches start. I was embarrassed, like I left my fly unzipped. How could I have been so thoughtless? But also, didn't everyone use the airport Wi-Fi? Yes, they did.
I like how, like, her brain was...
God damn it. You gotta move your fucking squeaker.
Can you not keep yelling at me over
But you're squeaking. You're a squeaker deeker.
You are an idiot.
I don't squeak.
I'll make you squeak.
Stop hitting me!
I'll make you squeak.
What? Okay. So, the first thing you must do is not tell anyone what's going on. Everyone around you is a suspect. Like, come on, dude.
That would... Okay, also, like...
I almost laughed. I told him I was quite sure that my husband, who works for an affordable housing nonprofit and makes meticulous spreadsheets for our childcare expenses, was not a secret drug smuggler. I believe you, but even so, your communications are probably under surveillance. You cannot talk to him about this. I quickly deleted the text messages I had sent my husband a few minutes earlier.
You're an
fucking
idiot.
Moron.
Oh my god.
These are sophisticated criminals with a lot of money at stake. You should assume you are in danger and being watched. You cannot take any chances. I felt suspended between two worlds. The one that I knew and the one this man was describing. If I had nothing to do with any of these allegations, how much could they truly affect me? I thought of an old This American Life episode about a woman whose social security number was stolen. No matter how many times she closed her bank accounts and opened new ones, her identity thief kept draining them, destroying her credit and her sanity. Turned out to be your boyfriend. That's when you gotta get a new social security number if possible.
Is that possible?
I think sometimes it is. I think. But
It's
anyway,
probably, I assume, really hard.
I think it's really hard, yeah.
That.
I remembered another story about a man who got stuck on a no-fly list after his personal information was used by a terrorist group. It dawned on me that being hacked into major federal offenses, even falsely, could really fuck up my life. Like, this is insane, dude.
Yeah.
He wanted to know how much money I currently had in my bank accounts. I told him that I had two, checking and savings, with a combined balance of a little over $80,000.
No.
As a freelancer in a volatile industry, I kept a sizable emergency fund, and I also set aside cash to pay my taxes at the end of the year, since they aren't withheld from my paychecks.
Yeah, she's smart.
His voice took on a more urgent tone. You must have worked very hard to save all that money. Do not share your bank account information with anyone. I'm going to help you keep your money safe. He said he would transfer me to his colleague at the CIA, who was the lead investigator on my case, and gave me a 9-digit case number for my records. He said the CIA agent would tell me what to do next, and he wished me luck. If it was a scam, I couldn't see the angle.
How?
Oh.
What? What?
It had occurred to me that the whole thing might be made up or be an elaborate mistake, but no one had asked me for money or told me to buy any crypto. They only encouraged me not to share my banking information. To be fair, even if she didn't do any of the steps that we mentioned, like call the police, call Amazon, nothing's been taken from her yet.
Not yet.
They hadn't asked for my personal details. They already knew them. I hadn't been told to click on anything. Still, I had not seen a shred of evidence. I had checked my bank accounts, credit cards, and credit score. Nothing out of the ordinary. I knew I should probably talk to a lawyer or maybe call the police, though I was doubtful that they would help. What was I going to say? My identity was stolen. I think I'm somehow in danger. And I had no proof. No.
You have warrants.
No. She didn't have the warrants.
No, but like...
Yeah, no. Yes, you do actually call the police. And you actually say that. My identity was stolen. I think I'm somehow in danger. And you tell them the story. And then they'll say, okay, we'll look for the warrants. They don't find the warrants. They'll say it's clearly fucked. Like, it's clearly...
false.
Yes. Like, yes, you call the police.
Yes.
You fucking retard.
Always call the police if you think you're in danger, except if you're black.
But right-wingers think that the police are always coming after you and they're always coercive and you fucking morons. Okay, listen. Okay. I was also annoyed that my workday had been hijacked. It was 2 p.m. and I'd already pushed back one deadline and postponed 2 work calls. I had to get myself out of this. The next man who got on the line had a deeper voice and a slight British accent, flecked with something I can identify. He told me his name was Michael Serrano and that he worked for the CIA on cases involving the FTC. He gave me his badge number. I'm going to need more than that, I said. I have no reason to believe that any of what you're saying is real. I completely understand, he said calmly. He told me to go to the FTC homepage and look up the main phone number. Now hang up the phone, and I will call you from that number right now. I did as he said. The FTC number flashed on my screen. I picked up. How do I know that you're not just spoofing this? It's a government number, he said, almost indignant. It cannot be spoofed. It actually... You can. That's why you call the number. Also, hold on. Wait.
Yeah,
he's working for the CIA, not the FTC. Why would it call from an FTC number?
Yep.
No, you call them.
Yep.
Oh my god. She's so stupid, dude. She's so retarded. I wasn't sure if this was true, and I tried Googling it, but Michael was already on to his next point. He told me the call was being recorded, so I put him on speaker and began recording on my end, too. He wanted to know if I had told anyone what was going on. I admitted that I texted my husband. I must assure him that everything's fine. In many cases like this, we have to investigate the spouse as well. The less he knows, the less he is implicated. From now on, you have to follow protocol if you want us to help you. I don't think I should lie to my husband, I said, feeling stupid. You are being investigated for major federal crimes, he said. By keeping your husband out of this, you are protecting him.
No. You
actually have, like, when it comes to your partner, you do have extra legal rights.
Yeah.
So that, like, you can actually tell your partner about things.
Slightly British accent. He had an Indian accent.
Yes. Yeah. He then repeated the point that Calvin made about my phone and computer being hacked and monitored by the criminals who stole my identity. By that point, my husband had sent me a series of concerned texts. Don't worry, it will be okay, I wrote back. It felt gross to imagine a third party reading along. Actually, okay, I saw a fucking thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's a guy texting a girl.
Yes.
Okay? And the girl's like, dude, my dog just died.
That sucks.
And then the guy is like, I'm so sorry. If you need anything, I'll be here. Like, and then she replies with like an eye rolling emote and says, I still have a boyfriend, you know. And then he was texting, I still have a dog, you know. But he hadn't sent it, and he was like clearly thinking it over. And then he receives a text, and the text says FBI agent, and it says, just send it, bro. She fucking deserves it.
Yes. Oh, I miss those memes.
It's like, oh, dude, fuck. I love the memes where like there's like a subcategory of memes where like the person who's monitoring your calls sees something so outlandish they have to like blow their cover and then like tell you, like, this is fucked up, dude. Yeah. Like, those are great memes. They're so funny.
They're so good. Okay.
So yeah, Michael snowed me with the same story as Calvin had, right? So snowed just means like, avalanched. Yeah. They were consistent. The car on the Texas border, the spark me in New York, Mexico. Yeah, of course it's the same. Oh, I fucking hate these people. He asked me if I shared my residence with anybody besides my husband and son. Then he asked me more questions about my family members, including my parents, my brother, my sister-in-law. He knew their names and where they lived. I told him they had nothing to do with this. In fact, I was now sure I wanted to consult a lawyer. If you talk to an attorney, I cannot help you anymore. This is not how the government would actually act. This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. Because you always have to talk to an attorney. You will be considered non-cooperative. Your home will be raided. Your assets will be seized. You'll be arrested. It's your choice. Like, no, that's not how it works when you...
No.
Okay, so, like, here's the thing. Just to link it back to that previous conversation. When right-wingers are like... When right-wingers tell me the government is always coercive, all the time. Like, this is the mindset that is being preyed upon. It's that mindset, right? It's the mindset of, like, no, they're all interactions with the government is inherently coercive. They will bring to bear the full weight of the government upon you. It's like, just by talking to you. It's like, no, that's not true. But it's that mindset that is being preyed upon when these scammers say shit like this. So like, you're actually like ruining yourself if you think this way. Like, you are likely to be fucking scammed now. Yeah. Because no, actually, you do have rights, and the government will respect them. But you might need to press them in court.
Yeah.
But you do have rights.
Like, they might be broken, but you will usually get retribution for those rights being broken.
Yes. That's why, like, you don't consent to a search, and if a police officer forces a search, you don't fight him. You're like, listen, I don't consent. Make sure it's on camera. I don't consent. And then, like, you get him in court later.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is this an article, or is this a bloody epic?
Look at this. Okay, No Pants Baby says, the government is always coercive, Dev. If they want something from you, they will destroy your life. Your view, you are the exact kind of person who would be scammed by these scammers. Because look, the scammer is saying this. If you talk to an attorney, I cannot help you anymore. You will be considered non-cooperative. Your home will be raided. Your assets will be seized. You may be arrested. It's your choice. The government would not actually threaten you with this if you said, I want to talk to an attorney. But you think they would because you're a retard. And you would be prey for this guy because the dumb way you fucking think.
Okay, that is a good point, #sign. Like, if you get killed, yeah, that's super wrong.
Oh, no. This woman isn't remotely right-wing. She's, like, obviously a leftoid. Yeah. But here's the thing. The leftists have the same bad view of government as well. Yeah. Like, the radicals are like, oh, the government's also... They're fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, anyway, can you just keep reading the article instead of arguing with the chat?
But they're dumb.
Okay. I don't care.
This seemed ludicrous. I pictured officers trampling in, taking my laptop, going through my bookshelves, cussing our neighbors, scaring my son. It was a non-starter. Can I just come to your office and sort this out in person? It's getting late. I need to take my son trick-or-treating soon. My office is in Langley, he said. We don't have enough time. We need to act immediately. I'm going to talk you through the process. It's going to sound crazy, but we must follow protocol if we're going to catch the people behind this. He explained that the CIA would need to freeze all the assets in my name, including my actual bank accounts. In the eyes of the law, there was no difference between the real and fraudulent accounts, he said. They would also deactivate my compromised social security number and get me a new one. And by monitoring any activity under my old social security number and accounts, they would catch the criminals who were using my identity, and I would get my life back. Until then, I would need to use only cash for my day-to-day expenses. It was far-fetched, ridiculous, but also not completely out of the realm of possibility. Yes, it fucking was. Do I have any other options? Unfortunately, no. You must follow my directions very carefully. We don't have much time. Okay, he said. You need to go to the bank account and get the cash now. You can't tell them what it's for. And in one of my last cases, the identity thief was someone who worked at the bank. Michael told me to keep the phone on speaker so we would remain in contact. It's important that I monitor where this money goes from now on. Remember, all of your assets are part of the investigation.
No.
Then he told me one of his colleagues would meet me at my apartment at 5 p.m. to guide me through the next steps.
No.
You can't send a complete stranger to my home, I said, my voice raising. My 2-year-old son will be here. Don't you worry about that, he said. It's my job, but if you don't cooperate, I cannot keep you safe. It's your choice. It's impossible to explain why I accepted this logic. It's because you're stupid. That's what it is. But I am giving marching orders and a deadline. My son will be home soon. I had to fix the mess. I put on sneakers in case I needed to run. I bought a backpack for the cash. I felt both terrified and absurd. Tidge says, I've seen a bunch of rightoids say X is not compelling. It actually is, Tidge. And I know why it's compelling. And you accept it as compelling. Because whenever I do a video on, look at this leftoid on Twitter saying X, you watch it and you laugh along and you agree that some leftoids say X. So yes, the same logic applies to rightoids.
Also, I know that all Dev does is argue with the chat and is now 73% of his content. However, he can argue with the chat after we are done reading this very long article.
It was jarring to see trick-or-treaters in my Brooklyn neighborhood, people going about their lives. The air was crisp and dead leaves swirled on the ground. I was on high alert for anyone who might be following me. At one point, a man in sunglasses and a hoodie trailed me for a few blocks. At Michael's suggestion, I ducked into a parking garage until he passed.
You know what? That was definitely one of their guys just making her feel more paranoid.
Yep.
Yep.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. When I reached the bank, I told the guard I needed to make a large cash withdrawal. She sent me upstairs. Michael was on speakerphone in my pocket. I asked to tell her for $50,000. The woman behind the thick glass raised her eyebrows, disappeared into a back room, and came back with a large metal box of $100 bills and counted them out into a machine. Then she pushed the stack of bills through the slot along with a sheet of paper, warning me against scams. I thanked her and left.
Okay, but like, I don't know personally. I've never actually had to. I don't have that much money, but don't they have to get like a bank manager involved when it's like a very large amount of money that you're getting out of your account in cash?
I think so,
especially in cash, because like. I feel like she skipped steps here in this part of the bank story. Because this seems like I know that technically the bank can't hold your money away from you. It's not that they won't try, but like if it's that cash, the bank doesn't usually have that much on them. Like what?
Okay, let's keep going.
I don't know much about American banks though.
Let's keep going. Tidge, what was the context that I missed? Go ahead. Go. You know, I'm now one guide laser focused on Tidge. Either give me the context or present your fucking pussy.
Why must you always make it sexual? Keep your fucking non-existent dick in your pants.
Tidge is a femboy, so she deserves it.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna wait. I'll wait for Tidge. Listen, I don't just blindly trust the experts, ZL Patriot. However, I also don't blindly distrust them, which is what you guys do.
Okay, Tidge says like, no, please move on. Okay,
fine.
Don't worry.
Present the fucking pussy. Ow!
God.
I hate when you get one guide.
Read the article.
There's gonna be like an evening with like dimly lit, candles, and I'll be like fucking Tidge, and I'm like, you're one guying me.
Why? Why? You're so fucking gross. Jesus Christ. Why do I date you?
Tidge bussy, Tidge bussy, Tidge bussy. Wait, I think you thought Tidge was hot.
I didn't say I didn't. I said you are gross.
Oh, base Tidge. Okay, so yeah, she pushed the stacks of bills through a slot along a sheet of paper, warned me against scams.
Yes.
It's like she's like, listen, dude, you're getting scammed, obviously. Like, okay. Michael was bursting with praise. You did a great job, she said. I have to go for a moment to see what the details of your case. I'm going to have to speak to my colleagues if you have any questions. He put a woman on the line. She was younger with an accent I couldn't identify. He told me to go home and wait for further instructions. As I walked back to my apartment, something jolted me out of my trance. I became furious. No government agency would establish this as protocol. It was preposterous. I need to speak with Michael, I told the woman on the phone. He got on right away. I don't even believe that you're a CIA agent, I said. What you're asking me to do is completely unreasonable. He sighed. I'm sending you a photo of my badge right now, he said. I don't know what else to tell you. You can trust me and I'll help you. You can hang up and put yourself and your family in danger. Do you want to take that risk with a young child? I'd be like, yes. Yes, I do. I do want to risk it, actually. I waited for a stoplight at a busy intersection. I could see my apartment window from where I stood. My son was playing inside with a neighbor's daughter and their nanny. A picture of Michael's badge appeared on my phone. I had no way of verifying it. It could have easily been photoshopped. I don't trust you at all, I said to Michael, but it doesn't seem like I have any other choice. The choice is to call the cops, you bitch!
The choice is to hang up the phone and just ignore. The accent was Indian. Yeah, like, this woman kind of seems like a wasp.
She seems like an idiot.
Well, yeah, but like just...
A wasp, no.
Yeah, a little bit.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The wasps have their own problems, but one problem is not being scammed like this.
You sure?
Yeah.
100%.
They're very diligent, the wasps.
Okay.
Their issue is that they're kind of too uptight. That's not this woman. This woman just seems like a fucking moron.
Mm.
Like maybe a yuppie.
Maybe.
But yuppies aren't wasps. Yeah.
Okay. They're all the same to me. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Stop.
Oh, you stop. Okay.
When I got home,
Michael told me to get a box, but the cashier and take a picture of it and tape it shut. I found a floral printed shoe box that once again a pair of slippers I bought for myself. A frivolous purchase that now seemed mortifying. Michael told me to label it with my name, my case number, my address, a locker number he read to me, and my signature. Then he directed me to take another picture of the label box and text it to him. My colleague will be there soon. He's an undercover CIA agent, and he will secure the money for you. What exactly would that entail? I asked. Tonight we will close down your social security number, and you will lose access to your bank accounts. Tomorrow you need to go to the social security office and get a new social security number. We'll secure this money for you in a government locker and hand deliver a treasury check for the same amount. You can cash the check and use it for your expenses till the investigation is over. Why can't I just use this cash? I asked. Why do you have to take it and give me a check? Because all of your assets under your current identity are part of the investigation. Yeah, but the cash is not under identity anymore. You're being charged with money laundering. If we secure the cash and then issue a government check under your new social security number, that will be considered clean money. I'll need to see your colleague's badge, I said. I'm not just going to give $50,000 of my money to someone I don't know. Undercover agents don't carry badges, he said, as if I'd asked the CIA to bring me a Happy Meal. They're undercover. Remember, you are probably being watched. The criminals cannot know a CIA agent is there.
Oh my god.
In a twisted way, this made some amount of sense to me.
You're dumb.
Or maybe I had lost my grip on reality so completely I was willing to resign myself to this new version of it.
Yes, that's what happened.
Most importantly, I didn't know what else to do. Even if Michael wasn't working with the CIA, which took me as more and more likely, he was sending a man to our address. I felt a sickening dread.
Call the cops and be like, listen, I almost got scammed. They're sending some guy to my address at 5 p.m. I need like an officer here.
Now.
Yeah, like for then. And the cops would be just like, okay, let's fucking go. Hopefully, unless they're fucking really lazy cops and don't get there till like 5:30 and then she's dead.
Someone's watching the stream driving around. Dev did the present your bussy thing just as I got to the drive-thru and a Zoomer boy opened the window. Imagine like there's like some fucking Zoomer femboy who's like at McDonald's like, here's your order, sir. And you just like open your window, you just hear present your bussy.
That's really funny, but I'm so sorry. Oof, my face would be beet red if that happened to me. Okay, anyway.
Okay. I felt a sickening dread that the man might ask to come inside. If giving him this money would make him go away, I was ready to do it. I'd been on the phone for nearly 5 hours now. I took my son trick-or-treating. I was exhausted. Michael seemed to sense that I was flagging and asked if I had lunch. I hadn't. He told me to eat something but keep him on the line. His agent was on his way to my address but running late. You can meet him outside if that would make you more comfortable, Michael said, and I felt relieved. While I gnawed on a granola bar at my desk, he got chatty, asked about my job. Told him I was going to Washington, D.C. later that week. Oh, great. You should come to my office in Langley, he said. Where are you staying? Oh, my fucking God, dude. What if the boy says, yes, sir?
Wow.
Just sticks his ass out the window. Let's see. A little after 6 p.m., Michael told me to go downstairs. His colleague was arriving. My husband had just come home from work and was reading to our son. What's going on? Is everything okay? He asked. I put on my coat, motioned to the phone, and we shushed him. Then I whispered, I have to go downstairs and meet a guy who's helping with the identity theft case. I'll explain more later. He frowned and silently mouthed, what? I told him I had to go. By the way, like, if this were you and me...
Please communicate.
Like, hold on. Okay, you wouldn't get scammed, I don't think. But if this were you and me, I would be like, no, you're not. I would immediately intervene and like.
Yes, you demand I give you all information so you
I'd
understand
be like,
all angles.
I'd be like, nope. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna immediately call the police, 911, say get a police officer here right now as fast as you can. Yep. And then I would take the fucking money from you. And and you'd be like, no. I'd throw you to the ground and like beat you until you stopped. And then I'd go outside with the money and then I'd beat the shit out of the guy with the money. Then I'd poop on him. and then I'd poop on you.
You living some fucking fantasy that you would actually be able to punch somebody in the face before they could punch you. Your reflexes are shit, so you would lose.
Yeah. No, Deeth the end. I know what videos you're talking about, man. Yes, the scammers don't want you to hang up your phone. They want to stay online the whole time so you have a connection. Like they want to be able to control it. If you hang up the phone, then you're out of their spell. Yeah.
Yep.
What
happened? He said bye there, but it didn't show up there.
I don't know.
That's weird.
No,
okay, well, bye, 10 neck.
Bye. I met the SUV at the curb, put the money in the back seat. It was 6:06 p.m. You even tried to see who was driving. The windows were tinted, and he was dusk. He maybe wore a baseball cap. When I turned around, I could see the back faces of my husband and son watching our apartment 9 stories above. As I walked back inside...
In the morning?
Oh, my God. Okay, hold on.
Oh, my God.
Mike texted me a phone of a treasury check made out for me to $50,000. Told me a hard copy would be handed over to me in the morning. He was working on setting up my appointment with the Social Security office. He will receive a confirmation text shortly. He said, stay in line until you do. I felt oddly confident by this. An appointment would be something legitimate, like an actual connection to a government agency. I took my son on trick-or-treating. I put my phone on speaker in my pocket. I felt numb, almost in a fugue state, smiling and chatting with my neighbors and their kids. At one point, I checked to see if Michael was still there. His female colleague answered and said he'd be back soon. Then, when we got home, I checked again. The line was dead. I panicked and called back. The woman answered. Michael's busy, he said. He'll call you in the morning. I was confused. Did this mean I didn't have a social security number at all anymore? I showed myself floating on identity list. Did I have an appointment at the social security office? I asked. All right. Michael will call you tomorrow. She repeated. She hasn't been able to secure your appointment yet. Social security office is closed now. I went into my bedroom and shut the door, feeling my face grow hot. I felt a sensation of scales falling from my eyes. The room shimmered around me, like spots running from the ceiling. I saw the whole day peel away, like layers of the onion. Michael, the FTC officer, the Amazon call, revealing my real life, raw and exposed at the center. Oh my God, I said, my hands tinkling. You're lying to me. Michael was lying. You took my money and I'm never getting it back. That wasn't true, the woman said. She understood that I was upset. She was sorry. Everything would be fine. You're a fucking liar, I hissed and hung up.
Yep.
Through choking sobs, I told my husband what had happened. Why didn't you tell me? He asked, incredulous. I would have stopped you.
Yep.
Yeah. That I'd been trying to protect him and suddenly seemed so young I couldn't even say it out loud. Our son looked on confused. Mama's sad, he announced, clinging to my leg. We put him to bed and I called my parents and my brother. At their urging, I called 911. Yeah. I called 911 10 hours after you should have.
God.
3 police officers came over, took my statement. I struggled to recount what I had done. It seemed like a bad dream. I felt like a fool. You were a fool.
Yes.
Fuck.
Holy crap.
No government agent will ever ask you for money, one cop informed me, as if I'd never heard it before. I wanted to scream. I know, instead.
Apparently you didn't!
Instead I said it felt like... He didn't really feel like he was asking. The police officers told me not to worry. The scammers wouldn't be back. They got what they wanted. Another officer said, as though that would reassure me. I gave them the photos and recordings I had. They promised to check traffic cameras for the car they'd taken the money. Okay. So
I'm hoping that her husband has, like, his own account with his own money.
Yeah.
Right, considering she just gave away $50,000. Not that she should never have her own account again, but that they're not gonna fucking just be out of house and home. Because, like, holy shit.
So, Lord Cameron correctly says in the chat, don't miss the important part of this article. When you are panicking, your brain stops working and you will fall for scams even if you think you won't. Yeah. The important thing is to not panic, right?
Yeah.
Nothing, unless someone is like about to get hurt,
Yep.
like immediately in
Yep.
the next 5 seconds, nothing is so important that you can't take 5 minutes and just sit and think about it.
Yep.
It's like, this job needs to be done right now, or else what? Will someone die? No. Well, then it can be 5 minutes late. Sit and think about it.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right?
I mean, I kind of did that one time. I think one of my banks had called me and was like trying to like sell me something, and like I was just listening to this. I'm just like, huh. Like, this kind of sounds good, but I'm gonna ask other people about it. So at the very end, when she was finally done talking, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go talk about it to a few people about it just before I actually say yes, okay? And she was so like disheartened and upset that I said that, and then she was like, no, wait, you can just like, you don't want, you can just decide right now. I was like, no, I'm gonna go like ask my boyfriend and like a friend about it, just talk about it and see what my options are. And then I just hung up the phone. Like, I don't know if it was actually a scam or if she was trying to sell me something, but like, it's just just hang up. Just hang up the phone.
Yep. Move on, please. I'm tired of this woman. Yeah, Tricky Mario. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want to finish the article at this point.
Okay.
Because
Right.
I'm invested.
Yeah. When I woke up the next morning, a few seconds passed before I remembered the previous day. I was my old self in my old bed, milky dawn light in the walls. Then it all came crashing back. A fresh humiliation. I curled into the fetal position. I felt violated, unreliable. I couldn't trust myself. Were my tendencies toward people-pleasing, rule-following, and conflict aversion far worse than I ever thought, even pathological? I imagined other people's reactions. She'd always been a little careless. She seems unhinged. I considered keeping the whole thing a secret. I worried it would harm my professional reputation. I still do. In the days that followed, I kept revisiting the fake world that afternoon, slipping through a portal into an alternate life. I would get paranoid that someone was reading my text, watching me as I took my son to school, or using my social security number to wire money and rent cars. It was a relief that I wasn't actually in trouble with the law, but then again, I had lost $50,000 and I wasn't getting it back. I had checked my credit card, my accounts. Hold on. I checked my accounts and credit cards obsessively. I called my bank. They gave me instructions to freeze my credit, file reports with the FBI and FTC, and run antivirus software on my laptop to check for malware, which I did. I cried a lot. My husband felt helpless. He still doesn't like to talk about it.
I wouldn't like to talk about it either.
Instead, he researched new locks for our doors and looked into security cameras. One night, I shook him awake, convinced that someone was trying to break in. It's only the wind, he said. We're safe. $50,000 is a lot of money. It took me years to save, stashing away a few thousand every time I got paid for a big project. Part of it was money I had received from my grandfather, an inheritance he took great pains to set up for his grandchildren before his death. Sometimes I imagine it, how I would spend it if I had to get rid of it in a day. I could have paid for a year's worth of childcare up front. I could have put it towards the master's degree I always wanted. I could have housed multiple families for months. Perhaps inadvertently, I am. I occasionally wonder what the scammers did with it.
Spend it on drugs and prostitutes.
Because I set it aside for emergencies and taxes, it was money I tried to pretend I didn't have. It wasn't for spending. Initially, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to afford my taxes this year, but then my accountant told me I could write off losses due to theft.
I mean, you know what? There you go. Yep. That's, yeah.
So from a financial standpoint, I'll survive as long as I don't have another emergency, a real one, anytime soon.
That's actually a really good, like, accountant you have there.
Yeah.
You got lucky, girl.
Mm-hmm. I felt a guilty sense of consolation whenever I heard about a scam involving someone I respected. If this could happen to them, maybe I wasn't such a moron. As a journalist, it's my instinct to research and talk to experts. So I dove down into books and podcasts about scams, desperate to make sense of my own. Financial losses. Hold on. I had known that fraud was on the rise, but I was shocked to learn the truth. Financial losses ballooned by more than 30% in 2022. Mm-hmm. I read that self-laceration is typical. Half of victims blame themselves for being gullible, and most experience serious anxiety, depression, or other self-related health problems afterwards. I heard about victim support groups. I went to therapy. Wow. When I discovered that Katie Gaddy Tassin, a personal finance expert who writes the popular Money with Katie newsletter, lost $8,000 5 years ago to a grandmotherly-sounding woman pretending to call from Tassin's credit union, I called her to ask how she coped. Everyone was so patronizing, she told me. The response was basically, it's your fault that this happened. Well, it was! It was your fault!
It was your fault. Yep.
Yeah, man, like... Fucking hell, dude.
I mean, we can probably stop now. This just seems to be her talking
fucking
about
hell.
Other people and how she...
Now she's just talking about, like, scammers, yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't believe that what happened to me could happen to anyone, but I started to realize I'm not uniquely fallible. Several friends felt strongly that if the scammers hadn't mentioned my son, I would never have fallen for this. They're right in that I'd be willing to do or pay anything to protect him. Either way, I have to accept that someone waged psychological warfare on me, and I lost. For now, I just answer my phone.
That is actually the lesson to learn from this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't answer your phone. If it's really important, they will leave you a voicemail. Make sure you clean out your voicemails regularly. they will leave you a voicemail if it's that important.
Yeah.
Anything.
This person's retarded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. It's very easy to, like, have someone threaten someone who's close to you, and then you get nervous, but, like, you need to calm down a bit.
Yep.
Like, like, no one's in the house, like, about to kill your child. Like, just calm the fuck down.
Yep.
It'll be okay. Like, take 5 minutes and think about it. I'm going to hang up and call back the FTC myself.
Yeah, and you know what? That I think the CRA, which is the Canada Tax Revenue Agency, actually tells you to do that too. It's like, listen, if you get a call from the CRA, don't trust us.
Yeah.
The agent will understand if you are just like, I'm gonna call back the CRA, and the agent will give you their name and I think their employee ID so that you can get right back to them.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah. So this is ridiculous. This person, like, she's clearly a victim, but she's as much a victim of the scammers as she is of her own incompetence.
Yeah, like, I just, like, it's really funny because, like, her brain was obviously trying to tell her it was a scam, but then she just, like, seemed to just, like, ignore that part for some reason. Like, because, like, there was many times before she started panicking where she would, like, her brain, as she said, kept being like, well, this doesn't really seem that believable, like, I just, I feel bad for her, but it's also just like, why are you so dumb? Why are you, like, why, like, I'm glad this article exists to show that, yes, people who think they're also smart can also have extremely stupid moments, don't be like them. So
yeah, Jared Smith says even the government knows it's untrustworthy. LOL. No, that's not what Naomi just said. Even the government knows that there are scammers who will impersonate the government, and then use that impersonation to get something out of you. So they say it's not the government saying we know that we're untrustworthy. We're scamming you. No, they say people might take up our identity and scam you. So you should call us back. That's fucking, like, no, it's not the same thing. Yeah. See, so Attacked says she trusted the government too much. That's true though. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, she did.
Like,
100%.
This person's very left-leaning, and it's like, always trust the government. Never actually ask any questions. Just do as you're told. And she fell into that hole, right? But again, there's a similar hole on the right-wing side, where it's like, always be afraid of the government. There is no limits on their power. They will simply destroy you. You must do what they say. It's the same fucking thing, all right? Two different paths lead to the same situation.
Yep.
Which is why I don't trust it's always coercive fucking rightoid idiots.
Yeah, there has to be an unfortunate balance of, yeah, you probably shouldn't, like, just trust the government, but you should at least attempt to try to trust the processes they currently have in place for you. Like, so, follow the processes and that doesn't work out.
So a Twitch chatter just said, that's not how the right thinks about the government, you moron, you disingenuous. I just had a huge fucking argument with Arch and Sargon and V and Arch's entire chat yesterday. On Thursday, where that is exactly what they said. They said all interaction with the government is coercive, nothing is ever voluntary, and they always wield power against you, and you always, like, no, that they said it, you fucking, okay, you know what, fuck you. All right.
That was a long-ass article, but I appreciated it.
New California law creates the Ebony Alert to find missing Black youth and women. So you know the Amber Alert?
Yeah.
Now there's an Ebony Alert. All right, this was last year, and I'm talking about this article last year for a reason, okay? So, yeah, New California law will create the emergency alert system to help find missing Black youth and women between the ages of 12 and 25. So wait, hold on. Youth and women? Like,
yeah, youth and women. So young black boys and girls, and then also women, no matter the age.
No, it's between the ages of 12 and 25.
Oh.
So why wouldn't men? Okay, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Because black men don't matter.
Nope.
Okay. Hold on, Tidge says, what did I say, chat? V represents the entirety of the right now. I didn't say that either, Tidge! What the fuck's wrong with you, Tidge? I said Arch and Sargon and V and Arch's entire chat. Didn't I call it? No, you didn't, Tidge! I did. Did you hear the other names other than V in that sentence? Are all your brains held in your ass? Oh my fucking god! Okay. Tej bussy. Okay, listen. We're gonna read the next article. You fucking morons. Okay. So, the Ebony Alert will assure that vital resources. It is always corrected by saying, fuck you, you're stupid. Okay. $5 from Highly and Juggalo. American culture is default distrust of the government. That's what a revolution was. Although I also never understand that. It's a feature, not a bug. No, I get that, all right? You can distrust government, but that doesn't mean you distrust them to the point that every interaction with them is fucking terrible, and you can't, and like, they never ever tell the truth, ever, and you must always do the opposite of what they say. Like, that's fucking stupid. That's stupid, dude. Oh my god. This is what I mean. If the government says that the sky is blue, you'll distrust that, which is it's just as fucking stupid as always trusting them. There are exactly two political positions, V or communism. Okay, so listen. Okay. The alert system is similar to the Amber Alert. The California Highway Patrol may use highway signs and encourage news outlets to disseminate information from the Ebony Alert. All right. So this is an Amber Alert for black people only. And you set this up.
It seems racist.
Now,
what
why?
about all the Latinos?
It doesn't matter. It's black people only, dude. It's only black people. Yeah. Okay. Guess why this is important now, though? This is from a year ago. Guess why it's important now?
Why?
So, here's an Ebony Alert for a 14-year-old black person who was lost in LA. However, it's basically the Ebony Alert has turned into a thing where like that's where all the black Amber Alerts go is into the Ebony Alert, and also they stopped notifying people's phones for the Ebony Alert, so it looks really fucking bad. And it's like, yeah, so when a black person goes missing, they actually put less resources because they segregated it out.
Wow.
It's like, but they're like, we need one for ourselves. We need one just for black people because we're so important. It's like, yeah, well, yeah. Okay, so, by the way, someone posted this.
Jesus. You're gonna get banned off of Twitch.
Okay. Here's actually something interesting. Okay, here. We need the greaser alert for Latinos and the yellow alert for Asians.
Good
Segregation
Lord.
is good when progressives do it. I hate these people. Yeah, I agree, Tricky Mario. Okay, here. This is a Daily Wire article. Daily Wire is pretty far right. They're a very partisan right-leaning source. So let's actually see this here. Biden administration wants more black veterans declared mentally disabled in the name of equity. That sounds pretty bad, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Black veterans get disability benefits twice as much as whites. Biden says equity means they should get even more. Okay, so this is more black veterans should be declared mentally disabled for equity. Like, that sounds bad. So let's actually see what's going on here. So, a new equity initiative in the Department of Veterans Affairs aims to declare more black people to be mentally disabled. Black veterans currently receive disability payments for mental health conditions at nearly twice the rate of whites. I didn't say Ben Shapiro, ZL Patriot. I said Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro is not far right, but Daily Wire, other people on the Daily Wire, they are. Yes. Okay. Wait, Ebony means something very different on the internet. 14-year-old Ebony is a very questionable. That's like a porn term, yeah. Ebony. It's
yes,
funny
it
though.
Is.
Yeah. Thanks for the donations though, guys. Okay, so black veterans currently receive disability payments for mental health conditions at nearly twice the rate of rights. But the Biden administration's Equity Assessment and Action Steps for Mental Health Compensation Benefits, released Wednesday, said to attain equity, the number needs to be even higher. Okay. A higher percentage of black veterans currently receive disability compensation benefits that white veterans with mental health conditions, 21.7% versus 12%. On average, black veterans also apply for disability compensation at higher rates and receive slightly higher disability ratings from the VA than white veterans. However, black veterans have lower grant rates than white veterans for mental health conditions. In response to these new findings, the VA will be taking immediate and aggressive action to eliminate this gap and ensure black veterans get the benefits they deserve. So, even in their own article, the quote from the actual situation sounds a lot more reasonable. So they're saying, listen, black veterans, even though they have the same conditions, you see, they apply for disability compensation at higher rates, and they receive higher disability ratings from the VA, but they're getting less money for their conditions. And that actually seems like a problem, because why is it that black people, they have the same problems, they apply at the same rates, and they get less money? Why? That actually seems like some sort of racism.
Yep. So
maybe they should get the same money that white people get. Right? That seems fine. But then, the headline, which is all that anyone fucking reads on the internet, especially when it's a right-wing article being posted on Twitter, so everyone give their hot fucking take, Biden administration wants more black veterans declared mentally disabled. That's not what it says. It says that they are. I scrolled way too far. It says they are assessed at the same rate, but they get less money, and they want them to get more money. So why would they fucking like what? They're just lying. They're just lying in the fucking headline, dude.
Well, most people just lie in their headlines because if it's not a shock value headline, no one's gonna read it.
Antelope 119. The DW is not far right, but they're not moderate right either. Yeah, see here. When you guys heard me say far right, you all got fucking triggered. You all thought that I was being like, I'm saying far right like a slur, like a dumb leftoid was. No. I'm not saying that. I'm using it as an accurate descriptor, right? So, for example, like I think Ben Shapiro's like center right. I think Ben Shapiro is like center right. I think something like the Daily Wire is like partisan, solidly right, right? And then you have like even more extreme right positions that are like fucking Stormfront or something that's like very off the grid, right? You know what Stormfront is?
No, but it sounds like that lady superhero from The Boys.
Yeah, that's why they chose the name. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stormfront is a very prominent white supremacist form on the internet. It's been around since the 90s. But yeah. Dev said very partisan and right wing, not very right wing. Yeah. It's not accurate. They're mostly centered middle right. No, they're not. No. Daily Wire is not centrist. No, absolutely not. Isn't the Daily Wire literally Ben Shapiro's new site? I don't think Ben Shapiro runs it. He might. But here's the thing. Ben Shapiro is less right wing than other people on the Daily Wire, like Candace Owens, for example, right? Okay, hold on. Who is more right wing than Ben at Daily Wire? Well, Candace Owens, yeah. Isn't Michael Knowles in the Daily Wire? He's more right wing than Ben for sure. Ben is like the least right wing person on the Daily Wire.
Because he's gay.
I don't know. Matt Walsh is further right than Ben. Oh, he absolutely is too. Yes, yeah. Matt Walsh is close to far right, but not there yet. I call Matt Walsh far right, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't actually matter. Like if you guys are triggered over the fucking over the label here, I'll put it this way. You guys are like they're center right, they're not far right. Fine. How about this? The Daily Wire is more right wing for my taste. All right. They are right wing enough that I say this is too right for me. I am not with them. Okay. So anyway, yeah, like they just lied in this article. And in fact, if you go to the equity assessment and you actually read this for yourself, like every time I go to a website, happens a lot with right-wing websites, also happens a lot with left-wing websites. And you know what? You can cope and seethe about it in the chat, but mainstream news does this a lot less. All right, like a CNN or something. Even when I disagree with CNN, they do this a lot less.
Yeah.
There's like a sensationalist headline. You go back, you actually read the report, and it's been totally blown out of proportion. All right, I've seen like left-wing publications do this. I've seen right-wing publications do this. Mainstream news does this a whole lot less.
Like, they still definitely do it, but, like, I think it's because, like, mainstream news has always been held to, like, a bit more of a standard than just online articles have been in the past, because it's been around
Stop
for
being
longer,
a centroid,
right?
Dev. Stop. No. Yeah, man. It's just, like, I will go to a news article. And by the way, mainstream news has been wrong about a lot of things in the past too. Like let's not fucking sit here and like pretend that I'm just like simping for them, because I'm not. But more often than not, when I see like a Breitbart article or a Daily Wire article, or like the left doesn't really have like, there's not really like, you know, partisan left like Marxist news outlets. They're more like YouTube channels. But like so for example, if I go watch like Vosh give a take, or like Second Thought give a take, or Hassan give a take about a news article, it's always wrong. It's always fucking wrong. And it's wrong in the same partisan way that the Daily Wire tends to be wrong. What's next? A dog killer dies after a pet owner rams into a brick wall with his car.
Justified!
Boom, dude.
Good!
What's that movie? I almost said Alan Wake. No.
The movie?
There's a movie.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Wake. Okay. A man suspected of murdering dogs with poisoned darts was killed when a furious owner slammed him into a brick wall with his car.
Good.
Giga Chad.
Good. Fuck that guy.
The pet owner has been arrested on manslaughter charges and is awaiting trial after one of his pets was killed by the man. The deceased was the deceased was accused of killing a half-dozen dogs using darts. This happened in China. Security footage posted online shows the man on his scooter shooting a dog with a dart gun and leaving. However, the owner heard his dog's dying whimpers and rushed over to find it paralyzed on the ground. So poison dart, they paralyze, they die.
Yeah.
He drives away. Yep, see? Poison dart used to kill the animal was recovered. He climbs into his car and gives chase before reportedly ramming the assailant into a pillar and through the brick wall of a shop. Just, fuck you! Boom!
Fucking based.
Holy shit, dude. That's awesome.
I hope he gets tried by a jury of his peers and then gets let off with no punishment.
Yeah, hopefully. It's China, though. It's not gonna happen. It's China.
Oh, it's China?
Yep,
oh, he's just gonna go to jail forever then.
Yep. The owner's family did not reportedly claim that he got the pedals confused as he was driving and did not intend to ram the suspected dark. God, he his car. He's like, oh, sorry, dude, I just rammed you. Right. Even if we were in the wrong, that does not give you the right to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Wait, a female relative of the deceased reportedly said, even if we were in the wrong. Yeah, see, so it's they're doing the family thing, right? It's like the family's responsible. Yeah.
Don't care.
Because China.
Kill the rest of the family.
In December, 8 gang members were arrested after 200,000 poison darts, which should be fired at dogs, were sold in China. Jesus. CCTV shows him shooting the dog and leaving, but the owner gave chase and then rammed him.
Good.
Like, look at this dude. He's like, fuck you, you're gonna die.
Amazing. I love
Through the wall. Look at the brick. Like, this guy got fucking demolished. Yeah. And there we go. Yep. Contained muscle relaxant suxmenthonium. It was large enough to kill the dogs instantly. Could harm people who ate the poisoned dog meat. Oh yeah, because they were killing dogs than trading them as meat in restaurants.
Yeah, that's also really bad.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I don't like this, but if you hunted stray dogs on the street that got like nothing to do and then sold them for meat, that's pretty good money, right? The dogs aren't doing anything anyway. But if you poison the meat and then are gonna poison your customers, that's just fucking bad for business. So these people are just shit all the way around. Like, what the fuck? They're just poisoned. They rotted their brains with their own poison.
Next article. Blacksit.
What?
Tired of racism. Black Americans try life in Africa. They're moving back, guys. They're self-deporting.
Okay.
Black people make up about 14% of the U.S. population. Many of them are wondering what it would like to be part of a majority. So here's the thing. Africans and African Americans have a vastly different culture at this point. They're
I've
very
actually
different people.
heard that most people like specifically from Africa actually really hate like
African Americans. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they absolutely do. Yeah, they're like, nope. Yeah. So, Jessica Washington. It's not Jessica. It's Jessica Washington.
Yeah.
They blackified her name. Okay. Jessica Washington lives in a 6-bedroom house on a hill with avocado trees and a spectacular view, not far from the rabbit farm she runs.
I would love avocado trees so we don't have to buy avocados. That would be nice.
Yeah. For less than $50,000, Shoshana Kiria Zaraba and her husband built a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house on a family farmland with goats, turkeys, and about 1,000 chickens. Mark and Marlene Bradley now call themselves islanders, and then the owners of 3 homes cooled by ocean breezes. All of them are Black Americans who found their new homes in Africa. They are enjoying the substantially lower cost of living, and more importantly, they said the absence of racism and discrimination they experience in the United States. I feel like they're living in some like bougie areas.
Yeah, they definitely are living just like in a gated community.
Believe it or not, guys, like Africa does have like some upper class areas.
Of course,
where
it does.
Where like generally people who have been like maybe educated in the West and then moved back, that they live, and they're like the upper class. They're like the top of their society, and like it's pretty nice in the top of their society, but the lows of their society are way worse than our lows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Argyle, $2. Hey, Devo and Nooms, when's the Chucky Conroy vid? That will happen once Butters is done with the project that I gave him.
Yeah, there was this fun YouTuber who's a Black woman. She goes, in Africa we have this, but we prefer this. Like, she's so funny, and she always does like these videos of like commenters asking, hey, do you really have this in Africa? And like we'll have the things behind her while she's recording being like, no, we don't have these things in Africa. She's so funny. I love her so much. I don't remember her name.
Okay. So, those moving to Africa are looking for an ancestral connection. Their migration is less about money and more about acceptance, a path that many intellectuals and artists have taken before. Today, a new life in Africa is open to people of various professions who can work remotely. Immigration has been fueled by vocal proponents on social media and by government programs like Sierra Leone's Path to Citizenship and Ghana's Beyond the Return campaign. According to the Diaspora Affairs Office of Ghana, at least 1,500 African Americans moved to the country between 2019 and 2023. Yeah, and of course there's also 1992. Yeah, but still, it's like, yeah, they're just going back. Well, there you go. Lincoln tried deporting free blacks to Africa and Haiti. I don't know anything about that. He might have. I don't know anything about that history. Sorry.
I mean,
thank you for the $2.
Like, they're just like, it doesn't matter about money, but they're talking about having like 3 fucking homes and shit. I'm just like, you guys wouldn't be able to do this if you didn't have money.
Mrs. Washington, who's 46, of Houston, relocated to Rwanda in 2020, where she was promptly killed by Naomi.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kiria Zaraba, 40, moved to Uganda from Texas, where she's now filming the next Ugandan movie. Everyone in Uganda knows Kung Fu. Remember that shit?
Get the fuck... No. Shut up. That was so dumb.
Wow. All this whiteness. $2 from Fondue. Thank you.
Yep.
And the Bradleys, who are in their 60s, settled in Zanzibar in 2022. Ashley Cleveland, who's 39, a mother of 2 who runs a company that helps foreigners invest in and grow in their business in Africa, relocated from Atlanta to Dar es Salaam, Tanzania in 2020, and is now based in South Africa. She said she appreciates that in much of Africa, race is an abstract concept. Seeing black African people on the money, on the billboards, you immediately eliminate your blackness. Okay. Hold on.
I mean,
wait. Eliminate your blackness.
Yes.
What kind of edgy joke?
None.
Should I?
None.
Okay.
Listen. I can kind of
Ugandan knuckles.
Like, I kind of get that though, because like there's a few people I knew who, like, when I was younger, who like were very focused on race. Like, I had a friend who was part like Asian, and like she was just very like focused on the fact that she was part Asian. She's
fucking retarded though.
That doesn't matter, but like I kind of understand like the mindset of people who are very focused on their own race and like not seeing as many, like if you're like the one black family in like an all white neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I get that for those people it's probably kind of like a nice relief to just be totally surrounded by
here's interesting though.
Everyone who looks like them.
Woman is literally saying she feels safe around people in a community of her own skin color. Boy, it would be weird if anybody else said that. Yeah, so like if you said that about, like, I feel the same way about whites. You'd be called racist.
Yeah, I know. I know I'd be called racist, but like I understand why people feel that way.
Yeah.
It's like a base instinct thing.
Tricky $5. I showed a black friend of mine this article today. She thought this was stupid. She's fine staying in the U.S. and she lives in a southern state.
And that's good. You know, that's the like mature, thing to feel.
So, we're at home. The Exodus Club has been helping people in the African diaspora move to the continent since 2017. All right, so yeah, this is just a bunch of testimonials of like, we moved to Africa
and life is better now.
And yeah, life is better.
Oh wait, go back down.
She no longer faces 1,000 cuts of racism.
Down. There.
Africa isn't a refuge for all, though. Anti-LGBTQ sentiment is sweeping across the continent. In Uganda, the Anti-Homosexuality Act enacted last year punishes gay sex with life imprisonment, and in some cases, death. I see. This is ridiculous. Like if black people want to go there, go ahead. You can keep all the bi black cuties here.
Yep.
Everyone else can go. Yeah.
Yep.
The real colorblindness was the ethno state we met along the way. Yeah, I'm colorblind. I don't see race because I only see one race. Giga Chad.
Jesus.
No, man. There are some weird fucking races out there. On the left and on the right. There's black nationalists, there's white nationalists, there's all fucking weird. Like, I've seen, like, academic agents say weird shit. I've seen Scrumps say weird shit in Evelyn. I've seen, like, Yiz the eunuch say weird shit. And they're all, like, fucking retarded, alright? There's definitely instances in which other people are racist towards you, and then you should not respond with your dumb liberal colorblindness of being like, but we're all the same, dude, because he's about to punch you out. So, like, calm the fuck down. You need to know when to defend yourself. But in the normal course of things, you can absolutely hang out with somebody of a different race, and they're chill, and you're chill, and you're not gonna fucking, like, just crumple into dust. Like, you'll be fine. You can actually have cross-race relationships.
Yes.
Even though lots of people on both the left and the right are retarded about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone just swung back towards pro-segregation.
Rick Muppet said, Scrump said weird shit on your stream. To be honest, it's been so long I don't remember. I remember him being much more reasonable back in 2018 and 2019 than he is now.
Listen, I told you that, like, sometimes you'd tell me things that Scrump had said, and I'm like, Dev, that's Dev. And you just
like
be like,
what?
I don't, honestly, it's been so long that I don't remember,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember having the feelings of being like, Dev, listen, that's a little, and you being like, nah, it's fine, it's on the stream, it's not a big deal.
I'd probably say it was like a joke.
Yeah. But it wasn't. It wasn't, Dev. It was the truth all along. So I'm right about
I
everything
remember there's
ever.
the Dumping with Scrump stream, Dumping with Scrump with Yiz, where Dev says she's turning into a white nationalist, and she said no, but then she did. Yeah, of course she did, because I saw it. I saw it coming, right? Here's the thing, right? Like, if you have a friend who becomes a white nationalist, you should not simply cut them off, because then they will radicalize. You have to remain that lifeline back into reality. However, and this is the thing, like Scrump always says, like Scrump always says, he always says about me, like, Dev couldn't handle that I've evolved politically, and he cut me off for political reasons. And it's like, no, it's actually because you were an asshole, right? Because I'm friends with people who are just as right wing as Scrump now, and they haven't backstabbed me, and so I'm fine to hang out with them, even though I disagree with them. It's fine. It's fine, you know. You should join them. Fuck you, Matthew. You're retarded. Right. Isn't it weird how the SNL, you mean Super Nerdland / Oyaji, I don't know what Oyaji Club is. That group just ignores Scrump's overt racism despite their policies of no politics and no racism. It's because Scrump pays them money. That's the honest truth. The Super Nerdland site exists off the back of Scrump's wallet. Oh, they rebranded to the Oyaji Club? Oh, really? Okay. Probably because of Martyr and the fucking
stuff.
Yeah, like her VTuber. Here's the thing, like Martyr is doing the VTuber thing now, and she's like, you know, she has like some success doing it, like, you know, good for her. But man, she has like 2018, 2019 edgy as fuck tweets, and it's like, man, if she ever got any eyes on her from the larger VTube community, she'd be like destroyed. It's like, well, there you go. Nova Scrump, I did a podcast with, like,
nope, we don't
years and years and years ago. It doesn't matter anymore.
Dead.
But no, man, like, I simply won't talk to people who treat me poorly.
Except for me.
You know what? No, like here's another good example, right? Because Aiden Paladin, like, recently messaged me, and she's like,
again,
Dev, I want to be friends again.
Fuck.
And I'm like, dude, you're going on streams like shit talking me. It doesn't matter that we disagree politically. What matters is your shitty behavior. That's it. All right? I'll be friends with other people who are as right wing as you, but not you. Like, here, I'm friends with V, and V and I disagree
at each other
a lot. but it's never personal. That's the point. There's no backstabbing.
Why did Aiden do that? Because she's a fucking crazy bitch. God. I don't fucking care if anyone comes after me for saying that. I don't give a shit. Like, every time I've read your fucking DMs with her, I'm like, she's a crazy fucking bitch.
Yep.
Holy shit. Just, no. I don't even know her or anything about her. All I know is your DMs. And that's where my opinion comes from.
Brick says, like, I like Martyr. And here's the thing. I actually like everyone in that crowd, too. Like, all the people from that crowd. But in the Dev Scrump split, they just went with Scrump because they're his friends more than mine, which is, by the way, completely fine. Like, you should be loyal to your friends, but now you're not my friends, so I'm not going to have your back on anything. And you can like Martyr. I just, like, here's the thing, I have a policy where it's like, I can bring up drama on my stream and then we can talk about it, but you can't. So, like, if I'm talking about something else and someone walks in and is like, Dev, it's time for you to talk about Aiden, I'd be like, no, it's not. Fuck off. I'll have the conversation when I want to have it. You don't direct the stream. Yeah. And that's kind of how I feel about Martyr as well. It's like you can watch Martyr if you want. You can watch Aiden. You can watch any of the people that have basically turned on me. You can go watch them. You're free to. You're a free person. Now, I'm not being like, you must.
No, listen.
Remove yourself from my presence. No. Go ahead. Just shut up about it. Just shut up about it. Just don't talk about it in my chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just Dev demands all your money, but your loyalty he does not.
Yes. Oh wait, Video Synth.
Pure capitalist.
Wait, Video Synth. How did they backstab you? Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, here's the thing. It's your business who you associate with, chat. But, like, just don't bring it into my business. You know.
Okay, can we?
Simple as that. There's not much more to this.
No,
I think it's just.
There's lots of anti-LGBT
lots of people who are black people moving to Africa. Okay, have fun.
I hope you guys enjoy your life with your money.
Hold on.
Wait, that's $500 a month. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. What do you do if a friend becomes a commie? Do you cut them off your life? You just ignore it. No, I treat commies the same way I treat like the white nationalists. Is that you have to provide them with a lifeline back to reality.
Yep.
You only cut them off if they backstab you. That's it.
Or if they do something you're like super not okay with. Like super.
Depends.
Well, listen, Kay, if you were friends with a white nationalist who became a KKK member and didn't like cut them off, I'd be like, that's kind of fishy, but sure. But then if they went and fucking lynched a black person, you were just like, listen, you are not my friend anymore, I'd be like, listen, they fucking lynched a person, you can't hang out with this person anymore.
Tidge, are you leaving? Really? Tidge, why are you leaving? Good luck, have fun. What are you doing? No, you can't abandon me. Tidge, no.
Bye, Tidge. Have fun.
Tidge, you can't
doing whatever you're doing.
You can't do that.
Anyway, can we move on?
Hold on. Video Synth cucked. Well, Video Synth, by the way, is Rock, otherwise known as.
Oh yes, no, I know. Yep.
What was the original name? I prefer it too.
Rock
Schnitzel, yeah.
Yeah, Schnitzel, yeah.
He cucked one of the SNL Oyaji Club members, stole his girlfriend, so they all turned on him. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious, dude. All right. Left and right is completely blanked out on the 90,000 where things were objectively near total post-racial and everyone's tribal, it's destroying them. Absolutely,
yep. 100%.
That's how I view it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
that's actually great.
So I saw a couple people who don't know my take of how the acronym should be LGBTA.
Yeah.
It should be LGBTA for lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and agender or asexual.
Dude,
don't care which one.
I like how Luke just whenever Tidge comes up, just keeps saying Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy. Everyone spam the chat with Tidge Bussy. Go. Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy. I was saying good luck, have fun to the black people moving to Africa. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's go. Rapper Dan Sir gets a gold chain hook surgically implanted into his scalp.
Oh! Oh!
So now his hair is gold chains.
That must have hurt so much.
There it is, dude.
Oh!
Oh yeah, he's balling, boy. Tidge Bussy, Tidge.
Oh, it's. I love how it's rainbow.
Yeah, Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy, Tidge Bussy.
Good.
Okay. Oh Jesus! Puppy got his head stuck in a car. Oh my God. Okay.
Yes.
Attention-hungry rapper, reggaeton star Dan Sir has adopted an extreme look that is sure to fill even the most die-hard hip-hop fans with dread. The 23-year-old Mexican Goldilocks claims he's the first rapper in human history to rock an assortment of gold chains as his hair, hanging from hooks he had surgically implanted into his scalp.
I mean, you could have just bought a wig, dude.
The truth is, I wanted to do something different because I see everyone dyes their hair. I hope not everyone copies me now. He has 1.9 million followers on TikTok.
Can't even see his face.
That was his hair. Now he has gold chains.
And diamonds. If those are real.
The first rapper to have gold hair implanted in human history.
I hate it. Wait, is his lizard gold too?
He's living the life. He's living the life, dude. Look at this fucking guy. He's got gold bars as a fucking.
This dude's obsessed with gold. 100%. He's obsessed.
Oh god, imagine someone like grabbing and pulling his hair. Oh!
They would just rip it out. Oh!
So I'm gonna steal this for the fucking gold. Just rips it.
Oh god.
What about when his hair grows out? Oh god, it's gonna grow right in.
Oh my god, that too!
Yeah.
Wait, what if he's naturally bald so it's fine?
He's not, because there's a picture of him here.
Oh god, what? I have to assume that he can take the hooks out. Okay,
I don't know,
no,
dude.
I can't.
I snatched your chain.
I can't think about this.
Maybe
this hurts.
Well, he has that gold teeth too, but that's pretty normal for rappers.
Yeah.
Maybe he got a surgery to like remove all the hair follicles.
Oh, maybe that would be smart.
Yeah,
doing it that way. I would have been so. He must have probably. You know what? That's why he doesn't have the gold bar necklace in this one, because he had to take it off to pay for the surgery.
The truth about Rock/Schnitzel/Video Synth is he dated the ex of an SNL VTuber, treated her better, and now they're a couple. And the SNL VTuber in question is basically a psychopathic ex type.
Fun.
So wait, so you're dating a psychopathic ex?
No, no.
Oh, the ex, right. Wait, hold on. What SNL VTuber in question never gave her permission to date anyone else, so he turned the entire SNL crowd against Rock. The story of Rock NTRing a VTuber is funny. Wait, what VTuber was it? I'm kind of curious now.
Doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, like I haven't paid attention to them, but I occasionally like look back and see the train wreck that they are, just the same way that I do with like Morning News Gaming and like Blacklight Attack. Everyone else that I used to associate with over the years. Yeah, I want to see how they fucking blown up. Also, all the meth heads in my hometown. It's always fun to see. Yeah. Why is it that everyone I disassociate from always ends up being like a train wreck? Am I causing this?
No, because you disassociated at the right time.
Okay.
Also, pretty sure gold isn't magnetic.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So
very low
fine.
magnetism. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go into an MRI. You'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
4-button soul. Oh, okay. That's funny.
Okay. Next article.
Let's go. Feds charge eBay over employees who sent live spiders and cockroaches to the couple. Company to pay $3 million. $5 from Rusta. I don't get the ace thing. IJ Thin Pride Discourse. So you don't like sex? Neat. Why should it be brought to my attention as if you're persecuted? Because it's different. That's why. Just stupid. Yeah. You're just Schnitzel now? Okay, well, change all your names back to Schnitzel, dude. Hey, Cecil, where have you been? What's up, dude? Hey, how's it going? Hope you're feeling better. I know you were feeling rough earlier, but what's going on?
Hey,
okay, so listen.
Sick.
Online retailer eBay will pay a $3 million fine to resolve criminal charges over a harassment campaign waged by employees who sent live spiders, cockroaches, and other disturbing items to the home of a Massachusetts couple. The Justice Department charged eBay with stalking, witness tampering, and obstruction of justice more than 3 years after the employees were prosecuted in the extensive scheme to intimidate David and Ina Steiner. The couple produced an online newsletter called E-Commerce Bites that upset eBay executives with its coverage. Okay, so hold on. These people produce online newsletter called E-Commerce Bites. eBay gets mad with the news in it. eBay employees send live spiders, cockroaches, and other disturbing items to the couple. And now eBay has to pay a $3 million fine. Okay. California headquartered eBay accepted responsibilities for their employees' actions and entered into a deferred prosecution agreement that could result in the charges against the company being dismissed if it complies with certain conditions. eBay absolutely engaged in horrific criminal conduct. The company's employees and contractors involved in this campaign put the victims through pure hell in a petrifying campaign aimed at silencing their reporting and protecting the eBay brand. Well, there we go.
So
imagine getting a box full of cockroaches. Fucking hell, dude. Oh my god.
I don't wanna.
What is this last one? The Starry on post is probably fine. Oh yeah, this article. It's only a paper article. Bummed for burgling. Hapless thieves break into the home of America's most prolific gay sex predator.
Didn't we read this? There was an online article for this. We read this.
Maybe. But apparently he just raped them.
Yeah, no, we read this. 100%, because I remember us. That was one of the first or second ones I was actually on here for, and I was like, "What the fuck was this?"
Yeah, this is old. This is an old article, but that's fucking hilarious, dude. It's like, yeah, they broke in. You know, they're not allowed to break in. I can protect my property, so I'm just going to rape them.
God, Jesus.
And they deserved it. They broke in. They're thieves.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, it's called defensive rape, Naomi. You can defend. Listen, if you can defend with any weapon.
Is your penis a weapon?
Yes.
Is it a weapon? God. I think I'm more impressed by the fact that he somehow, raped both of them. It was 2-on-1, guys. What happened?
This is from 2016, but it's still fucking hilarious, though. See, listen. When you have, Palestinians raping Israelis, it's defensive rape. Okay, I'm kidding.
Shut up. God, Dev. What a way to end the fucking stream. Jesus. God.
Here's the thing. When you look at everything through a Marxian oppressor-oppressed dynamic, you can actually make arguments for a defensive rape where it's I'm the oppressed person, you're oppressing me, therefore when I rape you it's defense. It's so ridiculous. Holy fuck. Anyway, this is just a great look how sad they are. This guy's yes, I did. I am the most prolific gay sex predator. God, it's so fucking hilarious. That's all the articles I have, guys. Did you enjoy them?
Maybe. I mean, they weren't all super sad this time, so that was nice.
The last one was great. That wasn't sad at all. Okay, chat. That's all of them, my friends. So, I think we actually have also read all the donations too. So I guess it's just time for us to go, isn't it?
Yep. We'll be here.
Mainly, I'm here for Dev arguing with people. Here's the thing: like, we keep arguing. At some point, I need to just lay out all of my arguments for like the election fraud or whatever. Like, just do a big fucking video. I've been lazy on it for like a year.
Listen, that's not going to stop people arguing with you about
Dave's
it.
out of the house till Tuesday,
Yeah.
so
we kicked him out because he's a no good muncher.
Muncher of what?
I don't know, of drugs.
It's a good batch of articles. Yeah, here's the thing. I realized it's a 200th sip. I didn't even do anything special for it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's a pretty you thing to do.
It is kind of, yeah.
Not celebrate your big achievements.
I see Butters in the chat. Butters, make sure to DM me an update on what's going on.
He actually did update you. You were too busy arguing with other people.
Okay, yeah. Because here's the thing. Like, I have like 4 or 5 videos that I'm not putting out until Butters' work is done, and I'm like ready to.
No, he knows.
Are there more super chats that I missed? I'll take a look real quick, guys. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? On earnings.
Up your butt, obviously.
Supers.
God. Nope.
Nope.
Last one was I don't get the ace thing.
Yep, we did all of them, yeah. We responded to all super chats. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
See what I mean about how much less time it takes when you just do them as they come up?
Here's rate your enemies Giga Chat. Here's the thing. The new Discord has been complete for like 2 weeks. I've just been lazy. Actually, no. Hold on.
Stop just being lazy. You gotta stop.
I actually haven't just been lazy. I've just been busy. Like you have noticed in the past month I've been working a lot more than usual. Confirm. You know what? This is what you get. This is what you get, woman. This is what you get.
Ow!
Mr. Super Chat, how dare you, Haste Dog? Thanks. But basically, I've been working a lot more, and that work has actually led to me like I can't do Discord stuff or like server stuff because I have to do these videos. I'm making a lot more videos now. Like things are going. 5 ants power. Yeah, you don't see me, right?
Yes, I have totally been noticing you.
You're getting pinched. You're getting pinched.
What does that say, Dev? I can't read that script you need me to read.
I guess send them to me, Butters, and we'll look at them together, okay? Maybe I can help. I'm sorry that it's like less than ideal, but I can't do anything else, man. Like everything else is falling apart for me. But we'll talk about it, okay? Yeah, the Vosh video will come eventually, yeah. Okay. Let's go. Shall we go?
Yep. Bye, guys.
What's going on? Something's happening in the basement.
Gee, I wonder what's going on. It's totally not the things that were going on yesterday that we already talked about and figured out.
Yeah, okay. All right. Listen, let's go raid Chud Logic. Listen, here. Wait. Before you guys all go, here's what we're doing. Here is going to be today's raid sign. Get the coffees.
Well, I'm leaving. So bye, chat.
No, just wait.
Nope.
Get the coffees.
Leaving.
And you're going to spam Tidge Bussy with coffee cups. That will be our raid sign for Chud Logic today, okay? Chud knows who Tidge is. So, that's what you post. And let's go. Tidge Bussy, let's go. Okay, have a good one, guys. Wait, where's the mute? Here it is. I love you.